built on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast. What's up, everybody? What's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of Killah Priest podcast. I'm your host, the Iron Sheik from the Middle East. I'm almost there to I say peace. On my side is my co-host, Rasulullah, who, you know what I mean? You might as well say that, bro. You been here.
Rasulullah, who 7.
And
you know what I mean? From the lost children of Babylon.
And who controls the rocket ship. Y'all know him. Everybody know him. None other than A Dizzle AD.
Yo, what up? Welcome back. It's gonna be a wild show tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be real good. Now let's back chat. Well, first let me shout out to the chat room. See y'all in the building. Shout out to the Rocketeers and the Craftsmen that's coming in the building. Word. Hold it up. And Jody's here. Shout out to our moderator. What's up, Jody? What's good? How's everybody? Yo, first let's talk about the last podcast episode was hilarious, yo.
Yeah, it's a lot of questions being asked that goes into the realms of how would you say that? What would you say about that?
What, the realms of questions?
It was crazy. It was sexual.
Yeah, it was sexual is exactly where Gina wanted it. You know, that's the Scorpio vibes. The Scorpio vibes is that they are very highly sexual creatures by nature. You know.
Yeah, I never had I had a Scorpio chick one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Spain when I was in Europe. I was in Spain. And I had met this one. You know what I mean? I met this girl. We was at this club. You know what I mean? And at that time, I was really into African women, yo. Like, you know, I just wanted an African. I ain't want nothing else but an African.
Straight African.
Straight African. Like, it was, the master teacher told us that, yo, you guys got to go and get an African woman.
My master teacher, you saying?
Dr. York, yeah.
Okay.
Because he would tell us, he would send letters from jail, whatever, and, you know, give us bills.
Real shit.
So he was saying, like, yo, man, y'all got to leave these American girls. Y'all got to leave these American girls alone. Y'all got to get a pure African, somebody from over in Africa. So
why though? Why?
Well, what he was saying was because he was saying that he said a woman from Africa, they have traditions that they abide by. You know what I'm saying? And they're raised a certain way. They have their own. They already have their culture. They're not like African Americans or American Negro, whatever word you want to use, Moors, whatever. Here in America,
like Islam in the faith, like
no, not like that, not like Islamic faith, but just kind of like you know, somebody like imagine marrying somebody from Sierra Leone. Or
my thing is, why is he worried
Nigeria.
about what y'all should get? Like, why would he call?
Because they brothers and sisters would be asking, man. Well, you think they were sitting asking questions, yo.
Yeah. What kind of girl is she?
So if he's like, yo, if you gonna get with a girl, go get with an African girl. That'll be dope for you. Better for you to do it like that than to go out here and get one of these crazy Americans. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right.
So I met a beautiful African girl.
Still gotta go back to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I met a girl in Spain. When I was in Spain, I was in Barcelona.
All right.
And I met a beautiful. Yeah, she's beautiful. And I was with her, so so they,
What made her beautiful?
What made her beautiful?
Yeah.
I like she's beautiful features.
The smile.
Yeah, smile. Yeah.
True. When there's somebody, I'm gonna step up for some of the.
Come find out though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was checking out her sister. Now I thought her sister started looking better than her.
Hold on, she was with her sister?
Yeah, I met her with her sister at the club. This club in Barcelona. We was all me, Steve. We was all wild. You know, we was at the, overseas having fun. You know, y'all do your Wu-Tang. Y'all do the same thing.
Yeah, you was at a club.
Yeah, it was like one of
Everybody do that.
Yeah. So, you funny guy. Man.
You was at the party. Cause I've been trying to get you to hurry up and get to the point. Yeah, that's all. I mean, we each one. I just want you to get to the point. So she had a sister with her.
Yeah, she had her sister with her. I didn't, you know, I would
Her
notice.
sister was bad, but
I wasn't her sister, like her sister, the one that was checking me. I was kind of like, oh, yeah, you know, I just grabbed her up. And then after things didn't work out, you know what I mean? I basically, I gazed on the Instagram and I was like, wow. I was like, this is, damn, maybe I should have tried to holler her. She was like a model and everything, you know. I don't know.
That's the weird thing about everything is like as soon as you meet a chick now, you can go right on Instagram. I was saying that before. And you can see anything about her.
Yeah, back in the days we didn't have that.
Nah.
Now you can scroll down, you can look at the picture,
Yeah.
you could take the screen and push the screen up, you can look at her ass,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. You know, it's something about how you approach a chick. And even chicks, you know, they don't have to push up on guys. You know what I mean? They don't have to. But it's something about how you used to do it organically and how your brain used to learn from back then. My bad. Oh, man. This is NGOZI. How your brain used to work then.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. I mean, continue.
Yeah,
Peace. What up, NGOZI?
So yeah, that was just a girl, you know, I kind of like.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Okay. All right, say no more. All right, yeah, however you want to do it. We just doing a little segment right now, so whenever you're ready, I'll text you. You hit me back, all right? Okay. Well, I don't know how to do that. AD, you know how to do that? Log in from the phone because he said he moving around right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, just like putting you on speaker right now. Yeah. Oh, okay.
He can log in from his phone.
All right. No, I got you. All right, yeah. Give me like 10 minutes. All right, peace.
You can't do the Zoom link?
Yeah, that was raw right behind the scene, right?
Yeah.
You can't do Zoom or what?
No, not right now because he's moving around. He said he wants to. In 10 minutes, I'm gonna call him. Y'all remind me. Call NGOZI.
Call
come
NGOZI,
in,
yeah.
and because I want to hear the rest of this story
Right,
about these two
right.
sisters you had. Huh? What you said?
Do that earlier. That's the retrograde shit.
Yeah. I got to remember we in retrograde, right? So everything happening weird. I didn't even pour no tea for y'all and have y'all at home for some tea.
I know.
So let's just do the. Then we're gonna get back in that story because I need to hear what happened with you and the chick.
Oh.
And I think we was explaining about how to approach a chick in these days, and what it did to your natural hormones and your natural because you change when you feeling things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a certain kind of beauty, and when you see a chick, you know, Michael Jackson said, your Virgo brothers is like, yo, you see that girl over there? I think she hot. Chris.
Well, you know, I mean, everybody has their way of approaching the situation at hand. You know what I mean? I was just being.
You got a cell phone. When you got a cell phone,
I don't
you
think.
good.
But see, you know what though? I don't really like that. I don't like the fact that you just go on somebody's page, man.
And stalk
and
them.
just start and looking at them, and you looking at their page, and
Yeah.
you looking at because I catch
Because you
myself
stalking. You in a
I'm-
way.
no, I-
we
no,
all
no,
stalk. No, I'm not
it's
saying
stalk-
personally.
right,
I'm saying
right.
we all stalk. Like when you could just get all the information. See, back in the days, this for my millennium kids. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, no, before we had that, and this is technology. Technology is crazy at some point. It's good for on certain levels. At certain points, it's kind of crazy because you got weirdos out there that are in all these weird child trafficking that's big now. They'll get on there and find out locations and all type of stuff. But it's something about when you see a chick and you don't see it no more.
Yeah.
It does something to the imagination.
Exactly. Yeah,
You have to wait till Monday.
Monday, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know exactly what you.
Right?
That was in our era though.
Yeah, Judy.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It was Judy. It was Yvette. There's no more Yvettes. Wait a minute. Judy. What's his
Yvette.
names? Juanita. I grew up with names like Juanita.
my stepsister was named Juanita. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Juanita.
Sharon's. That's when the Sharon's was rolling. That's when chicks used to jump double dutch.
Yeah,
Remember they used to do that?
yeah. Well, you know, I grew up in an Islamic neighborhood. I mean, community somewhat. So a lot of sisters had Arabic names.
Yeah. I had a lot of Islamic, like Nikki. Like I had a lot of Islamic sisters and brothers on my block, but mostly 5% Nation.
5% Nation.
And that turned in it. So Islam was like right up there. And then we had the stores right on the corner. No shots on fire, but we had the stores right there. Oh, shit. He saw something. He told that was quick. Well, he thought it was moving fast.
But yeah, the Instagram, you know, I don't know. But nowadays, people is they getting. I know a lot of brothers that I know. You know, I mean, they be getting girls with they get the girls with the they go online, they go on Instagram, and that's how they get girls.
Tinder. Yeah.
Tinder.
They
Yeah,
had a song
I know
called
about Tinder. Yeah, Tinder.
Tender
You know what I mean?
love.
I don't know now.
Love so tender.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Tinder though.
And kill your family.
What you think? What do you think about Tinder? What do you think about that?
I'm just sliding into your DM. Huh?
What do you think about Tinder?
I don't know too much, man, about it. I know cats who be getting on Tinder. I mean, there's a lot of cats. I don't know too much about
A lot of cats be
Tinder.
be scoring on Tinder, man. A lot of dudes I know, you know, they really be pulling a lot of chicks off there. So
Yeah.
to each his own.
Shout out to Trouble, man. Shout out to the chat room. Yo, let's get into the ceremony so we can get NGOZI on here and go into some super deep space mind stuff. You got some stuff written down?
Well, you know, nothing too serious, man. I should have wrote this stuff down. I'm good right
Before you good, right? We pre-pour it.
Yeah.
We pre-pour it. I'll take one more little dip. That's it. We pre-pour it. We had to start. I'm sorry, chat room, for y'all. AD, you doing tea with us again or no? Cold brew?
No, I got cold brew. I'm getting right now.
That's going to be live. It's going to be live, yo. Make sure everybody that's home, you at your desk or you in the studio. My man Triple JC made the L beat. We're going to play some of your beats. Lordy, if you're in front of your desktop, or if you like Jody, just by yourself, chilling, with your legs crossed, you know what I mean? She probably got on a sexy blouse.
And she
right
probably
now,
Jody probably got on like a what do you call that? A tunic, like a tunic or something like that.
What's a tunic?
A tunic, you know, a women's tunic. It's like a Middle Eastern garment. Like from
Oh.
A sexy tunic.
Look at I'm giving the fellas something to think about, right? Like, yo, I'm about to drink this tea. And
a sexy tunic.
You might want to switch that.
Yeah, yo, my bag. I'm about to call NGOZI right after we do this. About to go to Deep Space Nine. Got you. All right. So this is down. All right, y'all. We're gonna wait for AD. Yeah, coming. Somebody laughing. Yeah, what is a tunic? I never heard of a tunic.
A tunic is like a Islamic. It's not really Islamic. It's a dress, not a dress, but a kind of like a short kind of garment that doesn't come halfway to your knees.
Oh, okay.
And they make them for women and men.
Okay.
Kind of cultural attire.
That's not sexy though. I was trying to.
But you can make tunics. They have sexy tunics.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sexy tunics. Yeah.
All my ladies out there throwing your sexy tunics. Rasul, can you look at the X-Clan first album cover? Tell me which symbol is not religion, and why is the I in the center? Yeah, pull that up.
Let me see what you're talking about.
So yeah, make sure y'all hit that super chat, please. We're gonna talk about the video we just did. I mean, the video that Dave Flores just did. That was phenomenal,
man, you
yo.
see this, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, it blew me away. Well, let's get that out to you. Got your cold brew?
Yep.
Y'all ready? Everybody at home is ready?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Here we are.
You want to do the toast or you AD?
No, you do.
AD, you do it this time.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Here's to the new moon, and starting 2021 off right. Even though we already started, we're gonna like officially start it off right here in the middle of winter.
All right.
Whether you drinking your cold brew, your whiskey, your water, or this, and now let it off.
Yeah.
Here's a toast. Oh. Yeah, that shit was.
That was good.
Yeah. I just took that straight back. Now this
Me too.
This tea is usually just served to emperors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I gave
I am an
royal-
emperor. I am an emperor.
Yeah, so I gave this royal tea. This is why I wanted AD to taste this tea too. So this tea wasn't just given to like regular peasants or whatever you would call them, regular people.
Mm-hmm.
The emperor, they would come into the emperor, and this, you know how I like the myth of it though. I love the myth of it.
Yeah.
So it said that they would brew this tea just for the great emperors.
Great
China.
emperors
Yeah,
of
the
time.
dynasty. Yeah. So with that being said,
Space.
yeah.
Time. What was his brother saying? He wanted
Heavy-chested.
he wanted the what was it? This album cover he's talking about? Let me see.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Trouble Man. Trouble Man said he had oolong an hour ago. That's good. That's good. I'm glad everybody is really.
He wants
juicing.
me to break down the album cover. This is the cover.
Yeah.
The name of the album is called, again, what does he call it again?
I don't know if that's the right album cover.
Which one? What
X Clan.
Yeah,
did he tell you?
but they had a bunch of symbols in it. They did. They had everybody. I remember that album cover.
You gotta make sure you got the right one.
This one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. Exodus, right? And it says Exodus, the New Testament. You have the Ankh, the Star and Crescent, the NATO symbol of the 5% nation. You have Africa. You have a Freemasonic.
Could they see it too, AD?
Yep.
I can't really. Can you pull up a little bit? I see the shield of Dawood
Which is
and the
David.
eye of Ra. And there's another symbol. I can't see. There's a circle. I think it's on the right hand side next to the
It looks
shield
like
of David.
it looks like Starbucks, but I can't tell.
What is that? And then there's another.
That's the one he wants you to break down. I think if they just
Yeah, if I can, let me see. Oh yeah, try to pull them so I can see exactly what it is. Okay. Oh, okay. So I think that we all know what the Ankh is. You know, it's a symbol of life. The star and crescent represents Muhammad's journey across when he took Isra. The Isra means to ascend in Arabic. And Muhammad took Isra to Jerusalem, where he on the night of power. So the star and crescent represents that night of Muhammad making his ascension. And then we have the NATO symbol of the nations of gods and earth, 5% nation. Reason why I say NATO symbols because it is a NATO symbol. It's not a star. It looks like a sun, but it's NATO. And then we have, now this one I can't see too clearly with the one under the symbol of the nations of gods and earths. It looks like the shield of the Ethiopian. It's the shield of David again. I think it's the Ethiopian one though, with the lion of Judah in the middle. You know what I'm talking about, priest?
Which one?
That one symbol, but the Rastafarians use it. Now this is of course that's Africa, and then we have the Freemasonic symbol, this compass in the square with the G representing the grand architect of the universe. And
You gotta go back to the question.
well, he's wanting me to break it down, and that's what I'm breaking down. Now I can't tell the brother. I can't tell him what Brother Jay meant by Exodus in the New Testament. Maybe he was trying to a lot of the times when
No, they want you to tell them which symbol is not religion.
which
and
symbol
why
is not
there-
religion. Oh, okay.
And why,
Okay.
and why is there an eye in the center?
Well, there's you have the Ankh and you have the Eye of Har, and then you have the Freemasonic symbol. That's not a religious symbol, and we have the continent of Africa, and then we have the symbol of the Rastafarians. You know what I mean? Now, the only one in there that I can honestly say there's two symbols, and I'll say three actually. I'm sorry. This one on the left hand side under the shield of David. I I can't make out what that is. Maybe because the image is too blurry for me. I don't know. Yeah, that one right there. So we have the Ankh, and then we have the Eye of Har, and then we have the continent of Africa, or Guinea, or Alkebulan, whatever word you want to use. I think those three symbols. And this other symbol right here of the man standing there, I don't know if that's a Native American or a depiction of an ancient African.
They just want you to tell them which ones is not.
The only ones is not. The only ones is not. It honestly is a stupid question. The only one is not is the Ankh and the Masonic symbol and the Eye of Har. Those are not. Those are not. Religious symbols.
Goes, but he toes into place. We need some theme music for Mojito, man.
Jaws music.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. There you have it.
K-Pay said Rasul bugged out. Yo, yeah, there you go. We don't know some of those questions. You can pretty much ask the X Clan. You know, any members from them. They were. I know they were deep into all of the religious schools. They were pro-African and everything they was pro-black. Everything that they talked about. I mean, if you never heard a group that's so dope that was about conscious, go check out X Clan, for real. And Brother Jay was like one of the most underrated MCs of that time. We got something from Mr. Blessington. He said the symbols are all representative of different mystery schools. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We get that. Yep, that was good. Thank you, and thank you for turning it orange. What was orange?
Yeah.
Carnage.
That's your favorite.
Sonic.
Color. Orange is your favorite color. Why you like orange so much?
I don't know. It has something to do with the sun, maybe. The sun at a certain time, or some. When I was just young, I used to like orange.
Yeah, it's
I didn't know you
gay.
knew that. Yeah. Word. Yep. Somebody said hit up Link Q. You know they wanted Sosis to be the dude Link Q at one point.
Did she want who?
Professor X wanted.
Oh yeah, you told me this story.
Solstice, yeah,
you
to
told me this
be
story.
The new Link Q. That's how far the Solstice go back.
Wow, that's crazy. So what happened with that? Because I know he contacted you too as well, right?
Huh?
He contacted you. So she was gonna be like
Yeah,
ISIS.
yeah.
She was gonna be like ISIS.
Yeah.
She got the look too.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
got
she
that.
do.
She got that look.
Yeah.
Cause she looked like, what was that sister name?
Link Q. ISIS.
Lynn Q. Yeah, ISIS.
Same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, that back in the day, she was ill, man. She was ill. So yeah, you know, I think that could have.
And he wanted me to be
Who you gonna? Be?
Brother J.
You was gonna be Brother J.
Yeah. I was like, man, yo, I can't.
Oh,
That's
like you sissy, like you that.
no, that's the overseer. He's the one that called us. That's Sonny Carson's son. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that. Sonny Carson's son.
That's his son. Rest in peace to both of them. Both of them. Yeah, that's his son, Sonny Carson. If you ever saw the movie Educators of Sonny Carson back in the days,
Man, wow.
the one that Ghost sampled and also what's her name, Miss Education of Lauryn Hill. She took off some piece of that excerpts from that album.
That's ill.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was an honor. You know what I'm saying? We went there. We did three songs. Never came out or whatever, but it was good. Then I got to meet the brother Jay. Let me tell you, that brother is
Oh yeah, he's sharp.
super.
Actually, I think I was with you when you met him. It was out here in L.A.
Probably that's one time. I remember.
So it was me and you.
You wasn't there when I met him. This time we was at we was up there, like up north, far up north.
Oh, okay.
Like George Lucas.
Oh, you talking about Frisco, like Mendocino?
Yeah, it was up there.
Way up, yeah.
And we actually did we do us? We was in this cat crib and we was just doing some songs back then. So it was. Shout out to everybody in there. I'm about to call NGOZI.
Okay,
Get started on this situation right here, so we can go in because Chris Ransom came through the last time. You and him, y'all got into it.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you know, a lot of the times, man. You see, the thing about it is that the creation theorists, as I call them, some of them can go into their own wild speculations of what their ideologies, what they think of their ideologies to be true, and it has to be scrutinized. You understand what I'm saying? We here's the thing.
Don't
I'm
kick
not
dirt on him because he's not here.
No, I'm not kicking dirt on them at all. It's just that
It's
when we
good-
want to
good to be challenged.
Yeah, well, when we start talking about extraterrestrials, right, and things of that nature, and we start talking about giants, and you're trying to use the narrative from the synoptic, from the book from the Tanakh, and people. Here's the thing, man. They want to use all these things from Zechariah Sitchin and David Hatchett Children's and all these people, Eric Von Donigan, who wrote those books.
Well, you pretty much know their names and stuff.
Yeah, well, I know. That's all I. Yeah, because that's all I read.
Yeah, so
I was into
so
that.
you
I know,
like that stuff.
Listen, I used to collect all their books. I used to go to the Zechariah Sitchin lectures. Actually, I missed a lot of his lectures in Philadelphia when I was out there. But a couple of my friends got to actually see him speak. But I had all the tapes on Zechariah Sitchin back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I used to study this stuff. So I'm not. The whole thing is that there's a group of people who are pushing that narrative, right? And then we got the other group of people who are challenging the narrative of, because listen, Zechariah Sitchin, I don't care what nobody says. He was the one who put that information out there about the Anunnakis. And then from there, people it started to trickle down from the early 80s all the way down into the 90s, right? And then other authors and other scholars and theologians, you know what I'm saying, started picking it up. And then they started to write about it.
He rediscovered it. Well, the Sumerian.
No.
He rediscovered it because they when they were writing that stuff on the cuneiforms.
Listen,
like to go
that's
to
the thing.
origin.
That's the origin, but the narrative comes from Zechariah Sitchin, man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? When we go and study the N-gear, which is really where cuneiform comes from, we have to understand that the word cuneiform is just a Latin word from the word cunis, meaning chipped or wedged letters. It's just letters, and they're just describing what the anthropologists or archaeologists are studying. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but
Same
they're
thing with
studying-
hieroglyphs.
but
Same
they-
thing with hieroglyphs too. It's not called hieroglyphs.
Right. But
So-
what did the people? I'm saying
You-
the
who you
people
talking about, people who?
The people who put it up on the walls. Like before
There
you
is no stele or anything about any Nibiru or anything like that. What Zechariah Sitchin did was he took his own narrative and read the
Right.
steles himself and gave his understanding of what he thought
What he thought it was.
what thought
Right.
the
That's
stuff
what
was
I'm
saying.
saying. That's what I'm
so,
saying.
And then
I'm talking about what do you think that they meant when they put it up
When
on
they
the
put it up
walls?
there.
When you see those some of those images, I wish we had it. I'm gonna get into NGOZI on this right now because we get into something that I'm not even gonna go too deep in. I'm gonna let y'all build on it.
Right.
But my real quick,
yeah.
and this for the chat room too, because there's some far out stuff. And dang, I wanted to play every time we get on here. I wanted to
I know
play
you would.
videos and stuff. we go to something else. What do you think that they saw? Because they had a story that they put on the walls, and they put in and they built temples and mounds and stuff to these to things that they believed that they saw. And they had stories about it. Like even if you go into Anubis, right? It had a jackal head.
You talking about where? You talking about
I'm talking about the Sumerians. I'm talking about the Babylonians.
All
I'm
right.
talking about the Egyptians. I'm talking about they had these images. Even when you go to the Incas, right, and then you go to the feathered serpent, they had these images. I got an idea. Certain, you could call it. I don't know if brothers want to call it pseudo
No,
or
I
whatever,
mean,
but it's a good idea. I got an idea of what I believe
Good.
of some of the stuff. Only one on one account. On one account is the flood text.
Well, we do have evidence of that.
Who is we? You?
I'm saying us, man.
I like what you
us.
say.
We say we have
I
evidence
like
of
the way
that.
you talk because you right there. I like to go there. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, all right.
you're talking about the archaeologists.
Yeah,
the
archaeologists.
anthropologists.
We have records of.
How we know that it's real though?
Well, it's called understanding geological evidence. Okay, you know that we have when you study geology, you study the rock formation, erosion on rocks, and the likes. And this is the way that geologists
Well,
can.
you said we couldn't study rocks before, bro.
We can't date rocks.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't take a rock and say it was this, the rock formed on this particular, you know what I'm saying, date. No, they can do carbon radar testing, and then when they do that, it can push the radio, the carbon radio detection can put it in a certain amount of years. Okay, but it's not
Not exact.
It's
It's
not
approximately,
exact.
right, it's approximate.
Exactly. You approximate the numbers according to the data. You know what I'm saying? It's all really math at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure everybody on the feed understands where I'm coming from with this. But yes, we do have evidence of a flood. We have evidence of I think we went through two ice ages. We also have evidence that the pyramid, or Kemet at that time, Tamiri, or whatever word people would like to use, that the Nile, there were two Niles. And how we know this is that towards the western part of over the Nile, because I haven't been over to Egypt yet to really look at this stuff. But if you start to go towards westward, beyond Seti, they have urnials inside of the desert, where though they did seismic surveys and various other testing. Testing.
Keep talking that shit.
Sorry about that.
He got tired.
Sorry about that, Russell. I got
He got tired. He was like, nah, nigga, the cats was first. Let me tell you something. The cats was first. So I'm calling NGOZI right now. So y'all can go in, man.
Somebody asked me to ever meet old. Yeah, I met old Dirty Bastard. I got 2 stories about him.
Yeah. So did you ever meet? Oh, yeah.
You don't remember that time he came?
Please leave your message for 773
pick up.
219 5888.
I totally lost track of what I was trying to explain.
Sorry about that, man. That's
Yo,
cat.
the cat
is
was
good.
the cat took your tongue. You know how that saying? What's wrong? The cat got your tongue. You got your tongue.
I was in the middle of a build here. So what was I explaining?
You were spreading the flood text.
Okay, yes. Now we have evidence of a flood.
And please hurry up, brother. Get
You
to
know
the
what I'm saying?
point. Yeah, exactly.
This stuff we can be talking about this stuff
All night, yeah.
For months and years, man.
Yeah.
Years, you know what I mean? But
Because the cat got tired. The cat was like, you know what, Sue, you taking too long. Get to the point.
Yeah, well,
The cats in Egypt.
Of course, it was cats in Egypt.
They on the day in the pyramid. They mummified them too, right?
Indeed, they did.
What
Yes.
you think they thought? They worship the cats. They I know a lot of mystics.
Here it is, priest. Here it is.
I don't want to throw you off.
Here it is. No, you're not. I love your questions, man.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get you to, we want to get priest on a
Higher level.
No, you're already on a higher level, brother. I'm trying. I ain't going this. That's trying to say you're not the higher level.
Did you let his phone number air on the?
Okay, so here's
What
the
you
thing.
mean?
Let's keep it.
Okay, never mind.
Let's keep.
Oh
it
no, I just called somebody.
Can we please keep it on the point? Because I'm gonna lose
Yeah,
my
I just wanna
train of
make sure that
thought.
his number
You guys
was
are throwing me. Oh,
Otherwise, they're gonna have his number.
Who? If every number I dial right now, they know the number. His NGOZI.
Please, cause it's 3, 1. Oh, it started saying his number.
Oh, I cut it off.
Okay, cool.
Peace.
all right, whatever,
Hold on.
man. I'm not even.
We're going back to that.
Peace, brother.
How you doing, bro? Peace.
All right, yo, chat room, y'all can light up and everything, and somebody said the tea's working. We got one of our favorite brother NGOZI's on here.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, so
Wa alaikum salam, Aki. How you doing? Peace and love.
That's Sue
he can't do Zoom.
and AD. No, I told you
Shalom.
earlier he couldn't do it. He could do it. They said shalom. The Hebrew brothers online said shalom, and a Muslim brother said assalamu alaikum. It all means
Salam,
peace.
salam. Shalom, shalom.
Exactly. What's up with my hoteps?
Oh,
Hotep.
Atapu.
Yeah.
Uja Senepti to the Kemetic brothers and sisters.
Yeah, the Kemetic kid. Yeah.
Odabo to my Yoruba family and those who practice Santeria and Ifa. Odabo.
Ooh. Yeah, they lighting it up. Yeah, they in the building. They in the building. Yeah, exactly.
And namaste to my Hindi family and those who practice Buddhism. Namaste. We all good, man.
No
What's
doubt.
happening?
It's all gravy, brother. It's all gravy. It's all great. We sit up here. I think Sue was going into a build on we was talking about the flood text.
Yeah, you know, I mean, before y'all interrupted me, I was trying to make a,
The cat, no, the cat interrupted you. The cat took his tongue. The cat just jumped up here and just
all
swim.
right. We do have evidence of a flood dating further back than 6,000 years of the so-called Tanakh or the Bible. In fact, a man by the name of Killah, he's from Austria. He's like an adventurous. I brought him up on the show a few times. He has evidence of this written on stone tablets that he acquired from certain excavations and different things of this nature. And yes, we do have evidence of that. Not only that, we have evidence of there was. I mean, I was just saying this. There was a second Nile. There was two Niles. There was one that one that we see today, which goes into Ethiopia and also into Sudan. But it was one that we have evidence of that dried up. That they did seismic surveys. You know what a seismic survey is, NGOZI, right? NGOZI, right? You still there? He's there?
Yeah, I'm right here, Ken. Yes, I'm aware. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
aware.
So yes, they have evidence of this. They even have this evidence that they talk about. Most scientists and Egyptologists do not accept, but the evidence is there. Not only that, they have evidence of temple mounds that's still beneath the sand. So Egypt it wasn't always a desert at one time. At relatively recent times in antiquity, Egypt was very tropical. Those the northern part of Africa, and somewhere along the line, in time, the north started to dry up. But it's evidence that it was very, very tropical. In fact, the northern part of Africa was very tropical. It was very similar to a rainforest. Just to let it be known. So we have the evidence of a second flood. Now to
How that tied into the flood?
Well, what I'm saying is that we have evidence of these things. Now you can't go off of the Torah because it's not been confirmed. There's no facts in there that really push you towards we can confirm that it was actual flood. Then you go to geologists and various other scientists. They can confirm this, and other people who actually have artifacts to confirm it. Books that existed way before the Torah. So they have it. They have the evidence. Is basically what I'm saying. They have it.
Well, the thing about Mesopotamia, and Mesopotamia, what the Sumerians was doing, and the Akkadians of the north, and before them you had the Proto-Ubaids or the Proto-Euphrates before they developed into Akkad or Akkad. That area was known for having floods. This is why they were always in battle wars, and they had a lot of marshes. There was a lot of things going on because it was never a consistent population in that area. So what a lot of Sumerians was doing, even before the Sumerians ended up in Uruk, it was another population that was called the Proto-Ubaidians or the Proto-Ubaids. And before they got there from the southern parts of Iran, because it was low cluster population groups that was developing near Iran, and some of them even came from India, because there's a lot of connection with Dravidians and the Sumerians. And what's going on is that when they was going there, they were trying to mimic story patterns like the epics of Gilgamesh and other things from earlier mythology that was going on in those areas. That area was always known for having a bunch of floods in Mesopotamia. Human populations was there. A good source on that is Sir Charles Leonard Woolley, who was an archaeologist who dealt with that land. And when you look at it, what happens is in Mesopotamia is that area is not a stable land. And what you were talking about, my brother Rasul, is the Green Sahara, where you found a lot of the ancient Sicily cave art before the Holocene glacier period. You got three glacier periods. The first Holocene glacier period, the second Holocene glacier period, and the third. First population that we find in those areas 100,000 years ago was the Assyrian culture when North Africa was green. 30,000 years ago, the Assyrian culture started to fade out, and you start to find another population coming in. Partially, one group coming in from the Near East, mingling with the Hafna populations who were coming from East Africa, creating a group population called the Iberian Marusians. After the Iberian Marusians, you start to find the Capsian groups get there, and they bring in the Afro-Asiatic stratum or the language family up there from the older hunter-gatherer population. after the Iberian Maroons or after the Capsian, you start to find these people start to linger off. So some of these people go back into the Nile Valley, and as they go into the Nile Valley, they're meeting up with populations coming through Tanzania and Uganda through Sudan. And they meet up in Sudan, and this is why when they look at a lot of the ancient Egyptian artwork and the sense of government and oldest monarchy, it starts in northern Sudan. Not to mention when you look at the paternal markers, EM78, Mighty Conjugal L1, L2, L3, EM78, B's and A's, you find all these populations going up there before the late EM78 start to go up into Upper Egypt, through what we label as Aswan, into Thebes, and all the way going further north. So the system of Kemet starts in Sudan, but a lot of it is coming from populations out of the Green Sahara, and some of them even come from the Levant, because the Levant was African territory. Before the established Canaanites was there.
All of it was African territory.
Yeah, all of it was African territory. This is why you find Nubian complexes and Nubian structures in Arabia as early as 100,000 years.
Exactly.
You guys can look up Nubian structures of Sudan, Nubian structures of Arabia 100,000 years ago.
Yeah, you can look that up.
Nubian structures.
Nubian complex. Nubian complex.
Nubian complex.
Yes.
100,000 years.
So you see that going on 100,000 years ago. So yes, all of that was controlled by Africans. But in Mesopotamia, they were only trying to mimic older stories. Even before Epic of Gilgamesh, they had older mythology over there. Especially when you look at those old. Some people think they're reptiles, but they're not. What they're showing is it's a depiction of statues of a person holding a baby, and they try to say they're reptilians. They're not. If you look at them, they have curry shells in the eye, of the statue. The curry shell, you can see that starting in the Levant first.
Where's this at? Hold on.
With the Natufians, Proto-Ubaidian art. Proto-Ubaidian art.
Oh, Proto-Ubaidian art. Okay, we're gonna look that.
And they try to say that it's a reptile, but it's not. It's actually a human being, a human figure holding her baby. And you see those curry shells in the eyes, the same thing that the Natufians used in the Levant. The Levant plays a major role as a cross zone between North Africa, going through the Middle East, all the way until you get into Mesopotamia. That was actually a trade market for North Africans at the stoop, and people from Mesopotamia going backwards and forth. This is why you start to find in the Nakata period in Upper Egypt, Mesopotamian stuff up down there, like the Jebel Arachite. Or you start to see the jasper cylinder that I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
And then you find over there in Sumeria, Mesopotamia, certain things called the Gulliot coins, which comes out of Egypt or out of Sudan from the Nakata population. So these were all cross-zone populations of trade. They would get money. That's what it was about.
Well,
so
here's the thing.
I'm
sorry. Go ahead.
Those floods, Mesopotamia has always been known for hazard climate, hazard changes. And this is why Sumeria, if you want to call it Sumeria, but I don't believe Sumeria exists because this is a label that we give it today. The people, even when you say Sigagigi, the Akkadians called them that. And when they said the blackheads, it had nothing to do with their race. It had something to do with the absentee because they were foreign to the population that they lived in when they dominated over Europe. The only people that were there were the Proto-Ubaids, and they all spoke a Semitic language. That's why you go further back in time on the Sumerian king list, prior before their language started to come in, you had Semitic populations there first, or Semitic-speaking populations. So the whole idea of a Babylonian blackhead had nothing to do with what they looked like because the Akkadians had black hair. The Akkadians had black hair as well, so that doesn't make sense. But when you see this term Siga-Giga or Siga-Gika, sick head or to be absent, this is what it's talking about. These are not the same populations that were responsible
But I
for the earlier.
Right. But I asked you before, why would they call themselves sick heads?
The Akkadians called them that. We actually don't know what the Sumerians called themselves.
The Sumerians was way before the Akkadians.
Yeah, what did the Sumerians call themselves?
Some people say they call themselves, according to now.
They call them the people of in gear.
No, what do they call themselves?
No one really knows. We know what other people call them. Like according to Sir Williams, it's Sigagigi, which means the Babylonian black, but that don't make sense. The Akkadians had black hair. Why would they call themselves that? And then in the Bible, they're called Shinar. Shinar is Sumer. That's a Semitic word.
Yeah.
So we really don't know what these people call themselves based on recent genetic testing, like the mitochondrial DNA. They found Indian merchant DNA post-Roman era.
Well, here's the thing.
M1, M2. Huh?
Here's the thing. I want to touch on that because I've been doing a little research in the past few days. I start going back to old research I used to do with Dr. Ivan van Sertima. Dr. Ivan Van Sertima said,
You researched with him, or you did research on him?
I did research on his work.
Okay.
Ivan Van Sertima said in his book, They Come Before Columbus, that Native Americans, and I think in 553, landed on the coast of Guinea. They have evidence of this. The reason why I'm saying this is because the tideways in the Atlantic Ocean, it's almost like an engine. And Dr. Van Sertima explained how this works and how the Africans took the tides, and how, yes, that can confirm what you're actually saying, is that how Native Americans had to may have taken the currents across the Atlantic, and the Africans had to have been taking these trade routes. Sometimes, you might go out fishing, you get caught in the current. And the current, once you get caught in the current, you can't really get out of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, we have evidence of this, but the European Eurocentrics are not going to accept it. Go ahead, brother. Are you still there?
No, they're not. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that they're not trying to tell us purposely, like terms like Kemet. Even with that, you don't hear Kemet until the 4th dynasty. And that was just for the black soot of the land. They also called that area Desut, where you get the word desert from.
Yep.
They also called it Tameri, which means beloved land. So what I'm saying is that we can't see the old world and the way the Western academia tell us things exist, because to be honest with you, there is no such thing as a Sumerian. There is no such thing as a Cometian. If you go back in time talking to a person telling them they're Cometian, they don't know what the hell that is, because the people of Kemet or that area didn't call themselves that. Renesh was one of the terms that they used. A Ramesh is one of the terms they used to describe themselves.
I knew what's that? The brother Wajau, who was a former Nuwapian, he also pointed out something that I thought was interesting. He said they called themselves Rainy. Rainy.
Yeah, Rainy, Ramesh, even Ramesh.
Ramesh or Rainy.
Yeah, even with the term Nubia. Nubia was a description of the gold. Nobody in Tasseti or that area of Sudan called themselves Nubian. Nubian, Kemet Nub, or Kemet Nub, Nip, which means gold. You had different populations there. You will see a depiction on a wall where you find these Magi, who were the modern Bija of northern Sudan and upper Egypt. And you'll find them giving up Nilotic populations coming from southern or central Sudan. And they're giving these citizens to Egyptians. And you're like, damn, why Nubians doing other Nubians like that? They didn't look at each other the same way. These were different populations. But again, when we look at Western academia, the way they try to package Africa to make us, put us in a package like it's just one thing, it doesn't work like that. It never worked like that. The same thing with Sumeria. There is no such thing as a Sumerian. The Bible called it Shinar. We call it Sumer. Then you say Sigai Gigi according to Sir Williams and other authors, but that's not what they call themselves. The Akkadians had black hair. So, and the Akkadians were also brown skinned.
Right. Wasn't Sumeria like just a place, and the people were called something different? And Sumeria is Greek, right?
I mean, the term itself, because that's not what they called it. These people they wasn't the earlier population that lived in Iraq, which is the Proto-Euphrates population or the Proto-Ubaids, who gave rise to the Akkadians or Akit. These were all a Semitic speaking population of the northern parts of Iraq. And their ancestors, before they lived, they come from somebody called Pre-Pottery Neolithic A, B, and C group. And the Pre-Pottery Neolithic A, B, and C group linked out of the Levant, and before they was in the Levant, which was in kinship to the Natufians, they come from a group of people called the Harippians, who come out of the Green Sahara of Africa, the eastern part of the Sahara. They were leaking out. They go through North Africa. They stay under the Levant South. Then they start to cross over, and then you start to find. Remember, Semitic in a proto phase developed in North Africa 7,000 years ago. It becomes established complex Semitic, what we have now in a linguistic term from the Kassis. Before you find Akkadians, you have the Kassi groups, and other groups from the Harippian population start to split. The Proto-Sinaitic, they got their writing script in Canaan from hieroglyphics in Egypt, because they were always next door to one another.
Yeah,
the Akkadians took their writing script from the coin language or cuneiform, which is the coin language, which is a wedge language. They developed their complexity from the people that we label as Sumerians. So these Semitic speakers was borrowing from everybody, creating their own dialect, and then later on, cuneiform became the level of communication between North Africa and the Middle East, because when the Midianites were writing to Akhenaten and Armana letters, They were writing backwards and forwards in cuneiform because that became the universal dialogue. The same way English, we write in English because we know, even though we're not British people, but we know the British dominated a lot of lands today, and we're all different from the British. But now we know, you got men on the phone right now that's mainly of sub-Saharan African descent speaking English and writing in English. This is the same thing what was happening with the Akkadians of the East, who were borrowing from the Sumerians, and they created the Akkad Sumer language branch because they were mixing and created a hybrid language. And the Canaanites were taking their proto-Sinaitic to develop the alphabet from the hieroglyphics in Egypt. And this formed the whole writing script that you find that's going on today. Without the proto-Sinaitic from the Canaanites, we wouldn't even have the Greeks wouldn't even be able to develop the alphabets that they had. They borrowed from the Phoenicians, and the Greeks speak an Indo-European language compared to the Phoenicians that spoke Semitic. People have been interacting, exchanging, and helping develop different phases of culture for thousands of years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So the Greeks didn't really, they didn't invent nothing really. It seems like
No.
Yeah, I mean they didn't. The Greeks were great at, we got to look at the Greeks. The Greeks were in kinship to those populations that came from Turkey, those early farmers that settled in those parts of the Crete area, those Anatolian populations. And it's the Mycenaeans, before that, the Mycenaeans who came from the north, who brought the Indo-European language family. You got two populations, a distinct group populations that's living in Greece or the Crete area before the Mycenaeans came and dominated and formed what we know today as Greece. This is why we got to get Mark Bernal's work, Black Athena. Not saying that the Greeks were black.
Who is it? Who is it?
Mark Bernal, Black Athena.
Black Athena.
Okay.
You never read that book before?
No.
Yeah.
But
So
I've
you're
heard
gonna
that there were blacks that were ruling in Rome at one point.
The Etruscans who were there before the established Romans had North African kinship, and then they also had populations that were coming from the Anatolian population who were leaking out and going into multiple populations. Those farmers that was coming from the Anatolian wave, leaking from that area, going into multiple directions. And the thing is that it gets tricky because North Africans were already hovered in those areas before these farmers came. Some of these people were already hunter-gatherers. So this is why you find, like, for example, look up human leuco ancestors in Greeks come from Ethiopians.
Yeah.
HLAs. It's a whole article on that. That's HLAs or human leuco
Hold on,
ancestors.
NGOZI. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yo, make sure y'all hit that super chat, man. Y'all not getting it like this anywhere, man. We dropping some knowledge on here. I mean, it's some beautiful knowledge coming out right now. Shout out to American Enemy. It says, can you shed a little light on pastoralism and how it affected human civilization development? How did people who raise sheep and goats influence us?
He said, "What? How did pastoralism do what?"
Yeah, how it affected human civilization development. How did people who raise sheep and goats influence us?
I mean, shit, the
Good question.
pastoralism. I mean, that's what helped us develop the lactase persistent gene or the LCT gene, especially melodic people in North Africa and Afro-Asiatic speakers. Those cattle coats. Remember, you find Nama with the bull on his tail. You also found my ancestors coming from, a bull tail on his back. You also found my ancestors on my mother's side, who Fulani, crossing over through the Sahel, and they're part of that pastoralist population leaking into West Africa. Pastoralism affected us a lot. That's why a lot of us can digest milk. When we developed something called a lactase consistent gene. Some people can't because they don't have the gene anymore, but a lot of us do. Farming affected us a lot too. Farming affected our morphology and our skull shape because when humans start to depend on more grains or substitute foods, and they lack a lot of the nutrients and amino acids and zinc that you get from the hunter-gatherer meal or the cattle meals that they were eating, it developed the morphology, and some people developed more differently. It made people get shorter compared to the taller hunter-gatherers and the people who were good at sprinting and running more. It made people get shorter, and their bone density also changed. Their structure, physical anatomy also changed. This is what developed a lot of the morphologies that you find in the Levant and certain parts of the North Africans with populations. So all these lifestyles that changed from the old hunter-gathering wave when we were hunter-gatherers as humans affected us a lot, in a good way and a bad way.
It
really did.
Oh, okay. Is this like a form of evolution?
It's a form of evolution, natural selection, adaptation. It definitely is. This is part of the change. I mean, to me, the hunter-gatherer lifestyle, or what they label as the keto diet or the Whole 30 diet, that's the best diet. depending on a bunch of grains and barley and wheat. Look at how the Egyptians look, bro, when you look at them on a wall.
That's right.
Their diet was poor. They ate a lot of bread. They had pot bellies. They had gynecomastia. They had gynecomastia.
You can look at the hold on though. You can look at the statues and see what they actually look like, the ancient Africans. So yeah, I mean, it's right there. It's in plain sight.
Now look at the Nubians, who were hunter-gatherers, who were good
different.
from Taseti.
They look
from
different.
Taseti, who were good. They were hunter-gatherers.
Yeah.
They were pastoralists, but they also, a lot of those dudes were good at shooting.
Yeah.
They were more taller, leaner, and they muscle.
What were they shooting, brother?
Different.
What were they shooting?
Arrows? Spears. They arrows. They spears. Yeah, they was good at shooting. Everybody knows.
Gold tip bows made out of gold and silver.
It's a lot of gold in Nubia, right?
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of gold in Nubian. Everybody knows that the Nubians were fierce warriors. You wanted to have a Nubian on your team. The Persians employed Ethiopians. It's the Assyrians when they was fighting against Tahaka and they ran them out. They had Sudanese people that was on their team that was going against other Sudanese. You wanted to have a Nubian on your team because these niggas was good at shooting, yo. They were good archers.
Yeah. Man, they don't teach this in school.
That's what they call Nahes means bow.
Yes, even in the Bible. Even in the Bible, Tahakra was considered an angel because they say the Hebrews from the Syrians.
You ever read that? And that's in the 2 Kings. You can pull that up and read that.
That's good. That's dope.
That's
a bomb right there.
And he's an African. And they appoint him and say God chose him and called him the angel of God because
we don't gotta get too loud.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got.
So
he said God chose him, and absolutely, and also the Western Israelites. You know, Soy Kiata discovered recently a few skulls in a specific area, and the skulls linked to Nubians. A lot of the Israelites, you have a Jewish history in Sudan that people don't talk about. A lot of the Israelites were of Nubian descent. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. Wow. It's the northern. See, again, this race thing is a problem. The northern Israelites were distinct from the Western Israelites who were in the more western part next to the Nile Valley. It's impossible. Just like it's impossible to say you're Latino or Hispanic without having some type of African blood. It's impossible for you to practice the Jewish faith without saying that you have original African blood. Even modern day Ashkenazis, as Eastern and Central European as they are, at least have 3% sub-Saharan African DNA. So what I'm saying is that Africans played a major role in a lot of these events in history of the world that people denounce.
So it's kind of like their stories, huh?
Whose stories?
It's like the African. It's like these are old African stories.
Indeed,
like the stories
of and this is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons why we want to push African history back further, because when you start to look at the achievements of the ancient Africans, right, our ancestors, you'll start to see that time is very, very distorted, and the Eurocentrics have came in and they've tried to. They're trying to make some sense out of it because they're saying, well, wait a minute. They couldn't have built these pyramids. How the hell did they doesn't know?
So they give it to aliens.
They give it to extraterrestrials. It's aliens. You know what I'm saying? That's actually disrespectful. To go into somebody else's country, look at the indigenous people there, and then turn around and say they couldn't have possibly did this. Somebody from another planet had to have given them the knowledge to do it because in these days and times, we can't do it. You see?
Right. How long did you think it took to build the pyramids?
It's written on record. Sometimes it took 20 up to 20 years. They have recent discoveries where they found the workers and the workers were complaining they were paying them with beer. They worked a while to build those structures. Sometimes it took up to 20 years. It wasn't an overnight thing.
And where did they get the stone? What was the pyramids, the stones that they were made from?
Well,
were they indigenous to the land of Egypt, or did they come from?
They were from. They wasn't from the according to research. They wasn't from the areas. They were sliding them on these catacombs from other parts of the grassy lands of Egypt. But they wasn't from there because these are the caps of the northern part. The Sudanese come like what I like about the Nubians is that, when they controlled Egypt in the 25th dynasty, they built more pyramids down there and said, the hell with them niggas in the north and did their own thing. You know, you also got a lot of pyramids in Libya. You can type up ancient Libyan pyramids that they don't even show you. That was created by the Garamantes.
Somebody say granite.
Yeah.
Granite.
Yes, granted.
Granite.
Yeah,
Yes.
granite. Oh, that
Or
chat.
stone.
Big up to the chat room. The chat room always on point, bro.
And
I look for them as a help refuge.
They just like us. They quarried them. They also quarried the stone though, from if I'm correct, not Aswan is too far. Aswan is too far.
Aswan is too far.
Yeah, because I'm starting to think, where is it? It's too far. They would have been. I don't know about. That's a long. That's long.
He said Aswan is too far to get the pyramid stones over there. That's some heavy.
Now, where was it? I'm a little off, Nigos. You gotta get me back on. Where did they quarry the stones from?
They didn't get it from Aswan.
No,
They got a
it's
lot
too
of
far.
in the interior of Nile Valley.
Now, Val, okay.
Now Valley.
In the interior of the area that they were in, like in the Delta, when you find the Egyptian pyramids, they got that from the interior part, and they slid to those parts. Those stones were indigenous to that part of the country that you found them in.
I'm very interested on how they actually slid the stone. Maybe they quarried the rock, right? Then got it to the location that you know what I mean. And then they started to cut and shave the stone there. You understand what I'm saying? That's one way to kind of maybe I don't know. But you can't use
Just
bronze tools. I don't think they use bronze tools to do this. I think the tools that they did have, I think they got the tools. I think they got the tools and they don't want to show nobody. I think they got a lot of stuff that they just don't want to show.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the bronze would be the Bronze Age and the Silver Iron Age, like when they discovered stuff and I know
they use limestone. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's dope. We rebuild it. Yo, make sure if y'all got a question for NGOZI, he's right here, y'all. Y'all can hit that super chat and show y'all support. Y'all see we got a new T thing because of y'all. Thank y'all for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? NGOZI, you going in, brother. It's always a pleasure.
I'm gonna send you something right quick, brother.
Rasul.
I'm gonna send it to you guys.
But hold on. You sent me something else that I wanted to play. You sent me something that night that was heavy too.
Oh yeah, send it if you could. King, play it for the world so they can hear it, and I'm gonna send you something else.
Okay. And also we got the Third Eye Technicolor T-shirts available. They are a very limited edition, so y'all can make sure y'all order them now while we're here because they're gonna be out, and then we'll be sending y'all messages if there's no more Technicolor Third Eye Technicolor T-shirts. So,
you know that there's another. I don't know if this is true, but I was reading.
Build on Antarctica.
Hey, throw that at Brother Rasul. Rasul, I sent it to him from Forbes. Tell him to check that out.
Yeah, check it out. I sent it to you from Forbes. Also, he sent me this L joint winner. Play this quick joint that he sent me. We're gonna watch a film, y'all. We're gonna watch a film together, and then we're gonna come back and build on it. I think he sent it to me.
Oh, okay. He sent it to you. Okay.
I'm gonna forward it to you because you got a new number. That's right.
Yeah.
It says this is the papyrus revealed from. You want me to play this?
No, I was giving it to Rasul.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna send it to you, Rasul.
And also, if you want to speak on it a little later, we can show the audience, where the storm was coming from. But yeah, you can play the video as well, okay?
All right. Let me send this to you.
My whole thing is we gotta kind of destroy this notion of extraterrestrials building the pyramids, because here's the thing: we have to give total credit to the ancient brothers and sisters from long ago. I'm not going to stand here and say that an Anunnaki or an Elohim or whatever word people want to use, right? Even though I was a student of the master teacher, Dr. York, and say aliens built the pyramids. That's totally absurd. I think that the Europeans are absurd.
Yeah.
Because
They said they
they're
had
mad.
help.
They're mad because they don't know how to do it. You know, the Japanese tried to build the pyramid, right? They asked.
Vegas.
Yeah, they asked Sheikh. You know Sheikh Anta Diop, right? Y'all familiar with who he is? The Chinese Dr. Van Sertima said that the Japanese came to Van Sertima. Dr. Van Sertima. I mean, excuse me. Dr. Van Sertima said the Chinese. Excuse me, the Japanese. I'm sorry. Came
Breathe
to
it in, take it in.
right. Came to Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop and say we want to build a pyramid, right? And it goes and we want to use the same tools as the pyramid builders. The Japanese said this, right?
I'm with you.
Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Van Sertima said that Sheikh Anta Diop said, like I just said, you cannot use bronze tools. You cannot do that. Do not try to do what the ancient African did because you're gonna make a fool out of yourself. Japanese went.
Let them do it. Let them make a fool
No,
out
what
of
they
themselves.
did. They went and tried to build a pyramid and they made a mess. They made a mess. They made a mess of themselves.
Masuka, you ain't right, bro.
Yeah. So this is real stuff because at the end of the day, we cannot write out of history the ancient Africans.
It's not. It's something that they tried. It's something that they tried. Let me just build on this. It's something that they tried. It's like they never taught us about Black history, real Black history in school. So they try to whitewash all of that stuff, and then they place. It's called iconoclasm, or in the Renaissance, they place themselves in the image, and some of them they've written themselves inside of history. You know, see with the pen. You could just write if you controlling the narrative of it. But now, I think the time of knowledge, the Aquarian age is the pouring of the water, right? The veil. So this water of knowledge is coming. This is like the flood. So it's like this water of knowledge is a stream of a highly extreme knowledge. It's brothers like the NGOZI, you, and there's other brothers like Hakeem and the brothers, even RZA. You know what I'm saying? But highly involved minds are coming back into revealing the truth that they tried to hide so long and tried to bedevil it and bewitch the realness that, and this is the flood. This is what I was talking about. This is a flood. The flood is the Aquarian age of this real knowledge coming back.
Exactly.
And now it's flooding them and it's killing all their lives. Their giants are their lives. Their whole giants are the things that they pushed out for a long time, saying that, you know, that we were nothing. Our history doesn't start in slavery. That's their history.
Exactly.
You got to look at it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Two teams playing a football game. The winner, that's their history. The losers don't celebrate that history. Yeah. But it goes further back than that. And what y'all revealing right now, that's coming out on these walls, just great truths that's coming out. And I think it's because of the age that we are in. Because I love grandma. I love them. We love our aunt, but they didn't have it all. No. They just was tapping on the surface. Now, grandma, we're gonna have to sit you down for a minute, grandpa, and let this thing, because they still running it the same way. You know what I'm saying? These old presidents, these cats, they wait till their hair's all white. They get up there trying to run the world. They can't even see and think correct. And they're trying to run the whole thing. And it's about the new age of thinking, a new way of ideas, streams of knowledge coming through.
Well, one more point I would like to say is the reason why I point out the factor that I want to constantly just totally denounce extraterrestrials building the pyramids is because it undermines the African mind.
Absolutely.
It shows that people will actually believe Martians from another planet did that and won't think that an African did it. And that truly bothers me inside. You know, one of the things I'm going to say Dr. Van Sertima pointed out, and I said this on the last show, and I want NGOZI to hear this, and I want you to study this, brother NGOZI. I think I'm a little older than you, young brother. And going back to Dr. Ivan Van Sertima.
Age in the mind, brother.
Well, you know, I'm just keeping it real because we gotta use a brother like NGOZI. He can go into this even more.
Yeah.
And maybe he can discover a real finding. So we're going to say this. Dr. Ivan Van Sertima was saying that, and I said this to you, that Africans in let's say Uganda or Tanzania was smelting steel 200,000 years before Europeans were smelting steel. They reached.
That's not hard to.
No. That's a really big thing because the European has said that he was the first one to do it. The African did it way before him, and not only that.
That's not mind blowing to me.
You don't have to say it in 2021, and you don't have to say it in 2020. And to me, it's mind blowing because the Caucasian, the Eurocentrists have said that they have created the 21st century. We were the ones who created.
The Native Americans taught them how to use, even Asians taught them how to use chops.
They say that. No, fire comes from Africa. We were the first ones to create fire. They tell you that the Chinese did it first. No, Africa did it first. And here's how you can say it. We can prove it through the fact that Professor Van Sertima, who's an African, who proved this, that the African, this is very, very serious, the African 2,000 years before
We're not gonna get loud.
Before Christ was smelting steel in Africa at a centigrade at about 165 degrees centigrade. That centigrade could not have been produced. The Europeans, they produced a centigrade as far as like a heat disintegration of how they created the heat. They had to do it with machines. The African did it. The African did it before them, way before they did it.
Like peanuts, like the peanut, the cattle.
We can say that. We can say that. But this is a very serious. This is a very serious matter.
What I just said was
because here's the thing. Now, when we start to go into the engineering mind of the African, we can start to look at the pyramids in a different way.
Yes, yes.
A different understanding.
That's good. Yeah.
Rasul, I want to say this. I want to add on.
Because how did they cut the stone? How did the African cut the stone? It's a secret. They did not tell the European how to do it.
They wasn't even around.
Well, they came around. They did come around.
It wasn't even. They wasn't even.
No. Well, the African.
They wanted to learn.
The Greek did come there. The Greek came.
But that was after the pyramids was up. Go ahead.
It was. You're right about that.
They were already up.
Already, well, and NGOZI knows this. 12 dynasties. 12 dynasties when the Caucasian came there.
I wanted to read this. I don't know if you this is what I sent you, Razul. This is from Forbes, right? It's called Papyrus. It says Papyrus reveals from where the rocks was used to build the Great Pyramids came from, right? And this is what it says right here. Going down. It says, a discovery made in 2013 is therefore extraordinary in a cave of 410 miles away from Giza, from a 4,600-year-old papyrus. Scroll archaeologists were found written a letter to report the referring to the shipload of rocks probably used by Khufu in the pyramids. The papyrus addressed by Ankh Khufu's half-brother describes the expedition of a 200-man crew to the limestone quarries near the Torah of the eastern shore of the Nile. After loading the blocks onto their ship, the expedition followed by 10 miles of the river Nile, also the Aswan granite. So they got the Aswan granite that you was talking about. And other rocks used in construction were always quarried near the Nile, near the larger bodies of water, lakes and lakes, and also near the Red Sea. Also seen a reconstruction of these groups of men from the indigenous parts of North and Sudan, moving down to the Giza zones to build the structures that we find as pyramids. So I sent you this. It's coming from Forbes.
So they moved the granite. They moved the limestone, the granite.
They quarried
it from Aswan. It's a long journey up the Nile.
Yes, and they also having to talk about how they cut it as well. And I'm also going to send something else. So bottom line is that you can see clearly they found this.
Did they move it with? You think they use animal power, like maybe rhinoceros or elephants or something like that?
That's a good question. We never. There's not that they never found. I'm not saying that that doesn't exist, but they had never found a papyrus or anything written on stone where animals was used to quarry the stone. So Could
Well,
you never know.
I'm sure they dealt with what they can in that part of the world. I'm sure they dealt with animals and different things to help them. But we know right here from this, Homo sapiens or humans did it. Nothing extraterrestrial. The stuff is right here. You know what I'm saying? It's here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
These are indigenous Africans that did this, and also when you talked about Aswan, it also talks about Aswan here as well. Talks about it.
The mythos on that and the folk on that is that they said that they had help, and the help was coming from spiritual being. Now, if you want to say is that they will kicked in, that they put up the pyramids, and that this extraterrestrial was a part of their will, of their knowing.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Their mathematics.
So
it wasn't
that's the will of Ra.
Yeah,
That's the will of Ra.
exactly.
Vital
I
force.
agree with that.
Exactly.
I totally agree with you.
Right.
It was definitely
So
spiritual.
From a metaphysical perspective, absolutely. Extraterrestrial in that sense makes complete sense.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's just debunking that. Real quick, could we play your joint, the one that
Yeah. Play it for the world. Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, let's play it for the world. This was beautiful. He sent this to me the other night.
Okay.
This is put in the first human language, the tomb of Shu Yab. Yeah, YouTube. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe, that super chat. NGOZI. Hey, how you feeling, brother? NGOZI.
I'm right here, bro. I'm on the move.
Oh, yeah, you're moving around. Yeah, exactly. Whenever you got to bounce, just let us know. You can always come back and you can get on the Zoom if we have the time.
I'm going in and out, so I'm talking real fast. I'm not doing it because I'm just not settled. So I'm just listening in as you guys go, and I'm trying to just,
Okay.
I'm freestyle, but I'm here.
All right. The name of it is the first human language.
Okay.
And it's the tomb of Shuniab. No?
Let me.
SHU.
Shuniab?
Yeah, SHU.
What is it? Let me see.
AYB. The tomb of Shuniab. And we're going to watch this together, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Where you at, Jody? I see you in the building. Hit the likes.
NGOZI, you did this?
Yeah, that's what I did.
You did this, brother?
He said that.
Check it out.
Okay.
It's going to be real nice, man. It breaks down a little bit of stuff. It goes back to Islam and what we was talking about before last time.
All right, y'all, tune in. We just watch this together. If you're home, turn out your light. We're going to watch the movie together. Get your popcorn or whatever. It'll be real quick. What's in your time?
The third location in the Quran is Madian. God explains that Moses escaped from the Pharaoh and fled to Madian before he was chosen as a messenger. Moses lived in, worked at, and got married in Madian. God says in the Quran, and to Madian their brother Shoaib. And it is known that the grave and the mountain of Prophet Shoaib is in Yemen. This establishes that Madian is located in Yemen, not in Saudi or northern Hijaz, as it is thought to be in some history books. Madian also has the Mosque of Prophet Shoaib, which is located in the middle of Oslat al-Manar, on the line connecting Sa'na in the provinces of Ab and Taz in Yemen. The language in which Moses used to communicate with the people of Madian further strengthens the argument that Madian is located in Yemen. The Quran describes how Moses was able to speak at length with the people of Madian without a translator. Refer to the conversation as cited in the Quran. As soon as Moses reached the well in Madian, exhausted from his journey, he was taken by a scene. At this well, men were gathering and all their focus was on giving water to their sheep and cattle. Two girls were standing modestly on the side, unable to compete with the men to get water for their sheep. He asked them, as narrated in the Quran, what's wrong? In other words, why are you not getting water for your sheep? They replied, we cannot do so until the men leave, as our father is an old man. In other words, they could not go and fight with the men, so they were waiting. Moses helped them to get water. The Quran says he helped them feeding their cattle and sheep, and then he left to the shadow and said, O God, I am thankful for all your blessings to me. Then one of the two girls came back to him and asked him to meet her father in order to thank him. As narrated in the Quran, one of them came walking modestly and said, our father is inviting you in order to reward you for what you've done. Moses went to meet the girl's father and he told him the story of his escape from Pharaoh. As he came to the old man, he told him the story. So the old man replied, "Do not worry, you are saved from an oppressive people." The old man asked him to marry one of his daughters and to work with him in farming. "I want you to marry one of my daughters," to the end of the verse. This dialogue shows that the people in northern Sudan, or to be precise in the southern part of Misr before the 1899 borders, the place that Moses used to live in under the rule of the Pharaoh, and the people in Madian, the place that Moses escaped to, spoke the same language. The language they spoke is the southern Arabian language that is known to linguists as the Himyarian language. This southern Arabian language was both the language of Yemen and Abyssinia and is also referred to as the Gears language. If anything, this explains why Moses fled from northern Sudan to Madian or Yemen, a place which shared a common language. It's important to understand here that the Arabian language can be classified into the southern Arabian language and the northern Arabian language. The southern Arabian language, or the Himyarian language, which belongs to the south, the southern part of Misr like the northern Sudan and Abyssinian highlands, the southern part Arabian peninsula like Yemen. While the northern Arabian language, Al-Fusa, as the linguists call it, belongs to the northern part of the Arabian Peninsula, which is currently known as Saudi Arabia. Both languages share similar origins, and people speaking either language could perfectly understand one another. Now we agree that Moses was born and raised at the southern part of Misr and spoke the language of its people, the same language the Pharaoh and Israelites spoke. The Quran says, "And we never sent a messenger except by the tongue of his people, so he can illustrate to them the right, so God can guide whom he wants. He is the most wise." If we dig deeper into the origins of the Israelites in Misr, we ought to read the story of Joseph, the son of the prophet Jacob and the father of the Israelites. We all know that Joseph was thrown in the well by his brothers and was brought into Misr as a slave. It is clearly stated in the Quran that the man who bought him from Misr paid in the dirham, the currency used by the people in this part of Misr.
The master teacher would teach us about this too. So this is very interesting.
Knowing
This
which
is
region in
dope.
Misr at the time
NGOZI.
dealt in dirhams will also lead us to
Fine.
figure out where Joseph was sold and whether the caravan entered Misr from the north towards Sinai, coming from the Sham, or it entered Misr from the south towards Abyssinia, coming from the southern Arabian Peninsula. The region that used the dirham at that time was the southern area of the Arabian Peninsula referred to now as Yemen. This implies that Joseph entered Misr from the southern Arabian Peninsula coming from Yemen,
Do the
which
time
shows that
restriction.
Israelites
You can't
are
look-
originally
can't watch the
Arab.
whole thing. Yeah, that was dope. Make some noise for that. Yo,
Awesome.
NGOZI, that's a dope one. So when y'all got time for the chat room for the Rocketeers, I know, Clapton, I know y'all already on it. They probably made their own
Well,
version of that.
I want to. Can I? You still
I'm
there?
right here. I'm right here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you speak about the languages of Yinmen, you're speaking about what they're speaking about is the Meroic, or the language of Merowa. You know from
Yeah,
from Kush, from Kush.
Yeah, the Maradic language. That they
Maradic
spoke,
language.
That was in Sudan.
This
But
is
those
Sudan.
are southern Semitic languages.
Semitic languages.
So the reason why Maradic was more of a Nilotic language or a Nilo-Saharan language. But the thing is again, Sudan had multiple different groups of people there. So
That's right.
according to this narrative, when Musa went through Sudan, I also sent them an article on that. When Moshe went through Sudan, you also find him going east. They already had contact with populations in Yemen for a long time. We got to remember, according to the year of the elephant in the Quran or in Islam, when they talk about Ethiopians and Aksamites already control Yemen.
That's right.
Even Zipporah, Musa or Moshe's wife.
All of that was
Midianite.
Aksum, or I think it was another name. Before it was Yinmen. They say it again. I'm sorry. Demak.
Before Aksum, it was called Demak. And then later on, it became Aksum. So when you follow the trail of the whole thing of what was going on, they already had trade routes in Yemen. Bottom line is that the Middle East, Africans played a major role, primarily the Cushitic or Cushites played a major role in the sense of language. But black Africans from Ethiopia to Sudan played an important role in those parts of the world.
Right.
You know, they played an important role. And I think that it's okay. Like, I'm not anti-Hebrew or anti-anything. People can believe in whatever they want to believe in. But it's okay for people to just follow the trail and talk
Say
about
that again,
your
brother.
part.
My fact. I knocked on the phone. What you said?
I said, I'm not anti-Hebrew, anti-Muslim. I'm not anti-anything because you played a role in it all. Like when me and Rasul and you was online the other day and we talked about, you know what I'm saying, Brother Bilal. I think if you're a Muslim, you should embrace Bilal. Because Bilal, if it wasn't for Bilal, we wouldn't even be able to call out the Adhan the way we do when we say that
Gunshots
Fatiha.
for that. Gunshots for that. Do not diss the brother Bilal. And that's, you know what? Sometimes you got to rise
And
like...
but not to cut you off, Bilal was from Yemen, right?
No,
He was Ethiopian.
Yeah,
He was from Abyssinia.
But I think it's
Fix that
Abyssinia.
cup, brother. I'm gonna have to take this cup away.
Abyssinia,
This
no,
cup.
no, Abyssinia
You usually be on
and
point.
Yemen was more
The Abyssinians control Yemen,
Yeah.
but Yemen was always its own. The
Kinda
Abyssinian,
like-
the
like a
actual,
port.
yeah, the
Sometimes
actual,
it turns
the ac-
into like nationalism, like Arabic
Yeah.
nationalism, and it's not, and that's not cool, especially if you're talking about spiritual figures and to teach the world something. You know what I'm saying? It's very important that there's a respect given to all cultures of
Absolutely.
life that were around during that time. Just because the brother's African or dark doesn't mean that he's stupid. He's very intelligent, and if you look back at it, it's sad that we live in a time that we have to clean up some of the dirt that these old Quaker cats put on people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
These old
Absolutely.
Quaker cats didn't do. They wore dresses and they wore wigs. They were up there playing like they were judges with woolly hair, and they would have on these black suits. Y'all know we can go deep into this stuff. What they were trying to act inside their
black
court.
represents authority.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all played out. And it's all played. It's all played out now. And it's sad that we
definitely
have to clean up this stuff. We got fire all on the chop board. So y'all going in.
We gotta embrace, and there's nothing wrong with embracing the dark societies or
Oh, I love the dark. I love
the dark
the dark.
civilization.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I love the dark.
Because it's like
You like the Bulls, right?
yeah, racism has taught us to look down on what's dark or what's black, and
Right.
we don't understand the science of blackness and darkness.
Right.
You know, it's like what the old saying is, the old philosophy: I met God and she's black. Ain Sif is black. Nebuchadnezzar is black.
That's right.
When you deal with Kim, his hidden name, Amin Renef. Amin Renef is unknown and unseen. Blackness represents the invisible. It can't be defined.
Right.
Ultimately, that's what really exists, because you're only able to receive signals of light now to make out the visual cortex. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're only receiving the light the same way the Kabbalah teaches you. Kabbalah means to receive, and you receive the Sephirah. And you're actually the living Kabbalah, or the Qadam. And you know what Qadam is if you deal with the Kabbalah, or Adam. You know what the metaphor that is.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that we're always receiving the signal. On Sufism, when we talk about the who, bottom line is that we have to embrace the truth.
That's
it's not
right.
about being racist. Just because you're dark, we can't belittle Bilal and make it seem like he was less than.
That's right.
The most
great.
important Muslims in Islam were
It's
black.
Farrakhan.
But not just that, but Muhammad,
and
peace be upon him.
Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, his best friend was Bilal. He said, I will go to the land of Ethiopia where the people have done no wrong. When his own Arabs was trying to kill him. He also said in Hadith, he said, I have came for the blacks and the red. Now we got to get into what do they mean. I have came for the blacks and the red, because you had a group population of indigenous Arabs that were black. You had another group that came which were the Redskins, because that's what the Middle East is, a zone of confluence. This is a wave of people in the middle of nowhere all meeting up, creating these different cultures.
Indeed.
So it's like we gotta embrace, even with our Native American brothers, and I know our brother AD in the past, the brother that's on here now, he's from Colombia. He got strong Native ancestry that's down there, that's connected to Native American civilizations, that was responsible for building half of the complex structures that we found in the early Americas. He should embrace that. And he also have African ancestry. That's part of him too. All of it. And he also got Phoenician ancestry in him, because he got the part of him that's coming from the Mediterranean to Spain, and the Phoenicians was going backwards and forth from the Middle East into Spain, going backwards and forth over there, putting in work. So all that plays a major role in complex, civilization and what we have now. We all should embrace that part of ourselves. All of us. That's on here.
That's right. Word, make some noise, man. The cat even waving his tail on that one. Word. That's right on point, boy. Make sure y'all hit that super chat. Let's get it in. We getting it in right now. Woo! A lot of jewels being shared. Moving right along. Let's move right along. So we getting rid of all them old stigmas. And if it's 2020, if you still walking around trying to be spiritual, but with this racist thought about the dark, the dark it is, man. The dark was ruling the whole world at one time. I'll just say it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And And these cats came and invaded. Yeah, somebody said Job 9:24. I think I remember that one. That's
The spirit is black. The spirit moves just like a virus, Killer Priest.
Right.
Viruses don't care about your race, or ethnicity, or nationality.
Exactly.
It's gonna do what it do and affect you the way it's supposed to affect you. And it's gonna affect the human body the way it affects anybody that has a human body.
Right.
What do viruses do? The viruses depend on a host. It needs a host cell in order to survive to do what it do before it starts to replicate itself. That's what viruses do. It needs a host. It needs a host of cells in order to move around. And that's what the spirit do.
Dope.
Yeah.
Exactly what man, that brother, you right on point, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what wisdom. It hosts our body, man, and we share it. That's beautiful, brother. Yeah, man, you got man, there's a lot of love. Somebody said Selassie, let's go. My Colombian cats is coming through. Shout out to Central and South America, the priesthood group.
Yeah.
The priesthood gang. I got a group I work.
Out there?
Yeah, I got a gang and a rap.
I
got a rap group
got a gang.
out there that I'm working with. They call the priesthood rap crew, and they're from Central South America.
I think I've seen those guys.
Yeah, exactly. They started out as Wu Latino, but now they're the priesthood group.
Yeah.
So my man Buddha from Colombia and
Yep. I know exactly who you're talking about.
from Chile, all of them. So I've been working with them real
Priesthood
close.
Squad.
Yeah. I got a chance when I went out there to
You hang out with them?
yeah, definitely. I know them all the time. You know, when I went out to Colombia.
You know they got the ancient ruins out there too.
That's what I was about to say.
You gotta
And Brazilians definitely know. They know they come from Africa.
you just gotta get with the people in the rural areas. I don't want to call them primitives or anything, but the people in the rural areas, the people that live in the mountains, they still live out there, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you get in contact with them, and I'm pretty sure, I bet you they'd be able to show you something.
They did. They showed me something. They showed me.
What'd they show you?
I got to see some of the ruins in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of the ruins. I went to one of the oldest places in that was way back, and they looked dark. I mean, the NGOZI probably could break this down. I don't know if they came from.
Well, you know what you got.
Sect.
Listen to me. NGOZI, you listening? NGOZI, you there? Is he there?
Yeah, he there. He moving. He on the move.
Listen
on the
to
move.
me.
So he
Listen
there.
to me.
Listen.
You got to go back and read.
I read when you can just go.
You can go, but
Yeah.
you still got to know what to look for.
Yeah.
Go back and read Christopher Columbus's diaries and logs,
Right.
and listen to some of the things that he encountered. Because Christopher Columbus never stepped foot on American soil. Never even the tide didn't take him there at all.
Right.
They lied about that.
Right.
The Americans lied. The
He never even
Caucasians
touched the
lied.
ground.
He never even touched the United States.
So where they get
He
the
went-
diseases from?
Huh?
Where the
From
natives get the-
Caucasians. The Caucasians
Oh, his
came
people
there.
got on it.
Common cold. You're traveling across the Atlantic. That kind of weather, different things like that. The European their immune deficiency couldn't be able to survive in certain climates.
Right. But
Okay?
did they give the
certain
natives,
certain
some type
colds.
of
When your body is immune to certain cold and climates, and you go to people that live in a warmer climate, and you're engaging with them, they can catch your germs.
So they did step off the boat. So they did come in contact with them.
Indeed, they
Yeah.
did. They encountered certain indigenous natives.
Yeah.
But even in Christopher Columbus's logs and diaries, he said himself when he encountered the Native Americans of Haiti, he wrote to King Ferdinand. He said that the Native Americans came up to him and they said he gave them gold spears, gold-tipped spears. And when Columbus looked at the spears, he looked at them and he found out that these spears was from Guinea, from Africa. They told him, the Native Americans told him that black men gave them these spears. They came in from the tides and they gave us trading in gold and trade years before the Europeans came in. And they don't tell us this.
Yeah, and this is Columbus.
This is
diary.
Inside of his diaries.
Now,
many of the Spanish explorers.
A lot of times them niggas be lying too.
I'm
just saying.
Why would they lie? They'll lie. They'll lie to
the
the public. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They'll lie to the public.
He created
They'll say he
electricity.
created. They say Edison created that.
Yeah.
Now
that
we
was a
find
lie.
out. We find out now. We start studying ancient African history. The African created correct electricity. You gotta look this stuff up.
No, I'm just saying. It's like. It was a black man. It was a black man that helped. I forget his name.
that helped, because Edison, he could not reach. Edison couldn't reach the voltage level.
Was
right?
he short?
No, the voltage level of the to contain the electricity. There's a certain kind of voltage inside the bulb, light bulb. Edison could not. His bulb could last only, I think, 16.
If he
maybe
even had a
16
bulb,
hours.
man.
I'm just let me explain what I'm going. This is information you could look up. Edison, he could not get the voltage, his voltage level to a certain amount of hours. He wanted the voltage level to be able to exist. You turn your light on. You wanted to be able to the power through the electricity to be able to light for a certain amount of hours. Edison's light voltage only could exist for a certain amount of hours. I think it was about maybe 16 hours. You know what I'm talking about, AD, right?
Yeah, your Virgo is kicking in
Now-
because
now-
the time.
It was a black man. I forget his name. A black man. I think this guy right here is naming his name, Lewis Letter.
Chat room
Look, the
undefeated.
chat minutes coming through. Look, I don't know if that's him, but
Lewis Latimer.
Lewis Latimer. I think that's the man they're talking about, the black man, who was the one who came to Edison and helped him contain the voltage, contain the energy, contain the electricity, to be able to run the power through the voltage cord, the wire, to be able for the power the power of the bulb for like at least 2, 3, 4 hours. It was a black man that helped him do this. Do you ever hear anything about him? No, you don't hear nothing about this brother. So
That's
a lot
all.
of achievements in science, in engineering, and even in astronomy, they just leave us out.
Yeah, the whole thing is. We're on a new conscious voyage. You know what I'm saying?
NGOZI, you there?
Yeah, we on another conscious voyage. Let's leave all of that stuff because we're on another upliftment, and this is about we respect it. I don't know. Some of us might not respect some of the things that they did. You know what I mean back then. So whatever you put in is what you get out. So if you put in negative, you're gonna get out of culture later because there's a lot of PTSD, OCD. There's a lot of all of these mental things because this place is founded off lies and hiding and deceit and stuff like that. So you have to understand that whatever you put in is going to come out. It's not something that's spooky. It's just what it is. It's the realness. If you put in a bunch of lies, then the people are going to start coming after the king. There's old proverbs and there's old words of old mantras that were going back in the past time from great men, astound men, astound women, people who saw things and wrote them down.
Right.
What you do, they say it in karmatic form. Me and Tori had a conversation today. She said something dope. A conversation. You know what I'm saying?
A conversation.
A conversation. Like we're talking, but we're having a conversation with because sometimes when you do things and you put so much negative in, you can't be shocked when negative come back out. But we are here to grow, learn off our mistakes, off their mistakes, and we're growing into a new conscious vibration because we're in the age of Aquarius now.
Yeah.
It's not the age of fire. What's the age of fire, AD? What we just left?
Age of fire would be like Leo.
Yeah,
Aries,
we're not in the age of light.
Or Sagittarius.
And that's when they burning things down?
I mean, there's always going to be some new age shit happening. In between the ages, it's going to be clashes because, that's when you're going through transitions.
Yeah.
So we in a transition right now. The whole Mayan calendar was based on the end of the age.
Yeah.
People thought it was the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that was the beginning of the age of Aquarius. So that was just the end of the age, not the end of the world.
Right.
That was the whole point of the Mayan calendar, but people don't understand that.
People
The
were
December
scared of-
21st, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
there's some debate whether 2012 is even 2012. 2012 could have been 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They lied about everything, bro.
It's possible. I mean, we're theorizing, but
Yeah, but see, some of this is our beliefs. Some of this is just, but if you weigh it, where's them Libras at? If you weigh the scale, all your Libras, step up. I need my balancing team to come in because y'all are the Levites. Y'all weighing the scales. And if you weigh good against the bad, the lies against the truth, where we at right now? You know what I'm saying? Where are we right now? It's a full moon right now. So
You say, where are we right now?
It's a new moon.
new moon.
Where are we right now as far as like in day and time as far as
I know we're on a growth period. We're in a growth. We're in yeah.
I think that it depends on the generational gap. You know, I think that a lot of the ideologies and things that we believe when we were taught, especially somebody like myself, I'm 43 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I know from what I was taught since I was a child. So the generational gap, I think, is a little different. You feel what I'm saying? I think that the kids today are a little bit more open-minded. I don't think, even though racism is a big topic, I don't think that they're not like me.
They want to push that.
Yeah, they want to push that.
But it's gender wars now, man.
That's what I'm about to go in. That's what I was about to say.
It's deeper.
It's not about the things I was just talking about.
It's whack.
It's not about
really
talking about African achievements, and you go and talk to a bunch of Africans or blacks, you know, they don't want to. They say, yeah, well, you know, over here I'm gonna go do this, and my friend, you know, this, that, and the third, you know, and you know, this kind of mentality just doesn't exist anymore. Talking about those things, right? And I think that's a good kind of thing, but it still exists. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? I think that the younger generation is way more conscious and way more open-minded than before.
The younger star seed generation.
Yeah, the younger star seed. Yeah,
because there's a certain.
Because they are star seeds,
yeah,
man. Like, you know, you think about your sons.
Right.
You know, they star seeds.
Yeah.
They're a part of you, priest.
Right.
But they got, you know, let's talk about Zariah. Zariah he's,
right.
You know, me and you,
right.
We can't really tell Zariah's mind. He has a mind of his own, and I love that about him.
Everybody. We ain't here to talk about.
No, I'm just saying. As far as like, this younger generation,
right,
we can only look at them because that's what we see and we know. Like, you know, and I just think that they're far more conscious than before, and I think
they're all more idiots. There's a balance of everything. That's why I asked for my Libras to step up, because I want to hear some of y'all words, and giving it to y'all like that. It's a balance. It's a balance. So in every generation, you have some weighing to the negative side,
right,
and then a way to the right. We need far more cats on a positive vibe. On the positive vibe, you know what I'm saying? Because they work so hard to keep us dumb, deaf, and blind. They want out all of our rights, the ones that they gave us. Right. But they can't take one thing from you. That's for everybody out there. The knowledge of self. The knowledge of you, they can't take that. And once you got a hold of that, and they have no power over how much you can learn.
Yeah.
And you seeking outside the box of the systematic way to how they got it structured. You have the right to do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Look at y'all got Trump out of there. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't even want to build on that too much because it's deeper than just him. Because it's the people that rules. He didn't even do anything.
Right.
Everybody running around talking about him, pointing fingers. But y'all all puppets just for them. And there's nothing wrong. There is something wrong with being a puppet. Step out of the puppet lifestyle. And you got a choice to step out of it and to grow. And this is what we're talking about today. I want to play some new music because we're on a new moon.
Yeah.
We're on a new moon. I want to play some, and I said it right too, AD this time, new moon, not a full moon. New moon is different. We're in the dark. Yeah. The dark ages. The dark ages you can build. COVID time you can build. What's the day, the 9th?
Today's the
10th? So now it's a cipher. Shout out to the chat room. Let me tell y'all something, chat room. Y'all come through, and I'm speaking from Rasul and AD. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say from, you know, sometimes I love, man, be honest with you, y'all are best chat room, I think,
Oh,
because you know, sometimes we get stuck because it's so much knowledge and so much energy streaming up here. All we gotta do is look on the chat room,
Yeah.
and y'all got it. Y'all coming through with
Y'all
all
coming
the answers, man. Y'all the research team of
Mm-hmm.
2020. I'm gonna give them that because we ain't finished with 2021. The researchers team of 2020. You know what I'm saying? 2021, y'all gonna come in. I was hurt when the young boy lost.
Oh.
They say young boy.
The young
Super
boy.
Bowl,
The young
Super
boy.
Bowl.
Who you talking about? The Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm going in and out, but I'm gonna make it all add up. Patrick Mahomes, he dope, but he didn't have any blockers. He didn't have any
Ain't no
blockers.
blockers, huh?
He had no blockers.
So the defense was off, huh?
Defense wasn't right. He had to run every time he snapped. He had to run, but he still made magic. They just wasn't catching the ball. Tyreek Hill,
Oh,
was the
it
setup.
was like that. Nobody catch. No, nobody was catch. What was the score? What was the score? How did they got beat? They got their pants beat off.
31-9. And he scored a touchdown.
That's kind of 31-9. That's somewhat of a blowout. Yeah, it's a blowout.
It's a blowout. In the Super Bowl, the biggest stage of them all.
It's a blowout.
Tom Brady exudes. He has the model. You got to give it to him. He's been in it for years. What they say? He's been in it for years. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Trouble Man. Trouble Man shouted me. I want Gina. Where's Gina at? Gina need to come through. He's been a role model for years. But what he did, he showed that practice makes perfection. He went to a whole nother team. We're gonna add it all.
Yeah, hold on though. I thought Brady was retired. How old is this brother? How old is this guy?
Brady is what, 43?
He's 43 and he's still playing football, yo?
4 and 3 is 7.
How
Yeah,
the
he
hell
can't
the
stop
hell
it. He can't stop.
Yo, how do you play
Can't
football
stop. He won't stop.
at 43 years old? Mm-hmm. They be getting hit like that though. You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
said Tom Brady's a Luciferian. I know. He
Just,
deserved no
yo,
respect.
man, that's kind of crazy, yo. He probably be drinking a magic potion, yo. He go out in the field and he just run through. He throwing a bomb like across the whole. Like,
He
what
my
is he
Leo.
doing? Like, yo, what is he doing to even to? Yo,
He's my
man,
Leo
come
brother,
on,
man. I gotta, he's a Leo.
Hold on, though. Here's a question. How many? Who out of all the quarterbacks who played till they was 43?
Tom Brady. Tom Brady. is
Besides
top.
Tom Brady.
He's the top.
So he's the
Before him,
only one that played.
NGOZI.
Oh, so you telling me Tom Brady's the only one that played until he's 43 years old? He got to be taking some super steroids
Brett Favre?
for his old ass to be running down the field like that. You can't get 43 years old and get hit like that on the field, Priest. Come on, yo.
I would say Brett Favre. Maybe Brett
Somebody
Favre.
said he's a vegan. If he's a vegan, that means he really gonna get hit. And his shit is just his whole skeleton is just fall apart. He better be eating the super greens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. So I've been getting my vaccine.
Yeah, but
Tom
he was
Brady,
not.
He's not 100% vegan. He's like 80% vegan. 20% of his diet is animal foods.
But he stick to his. Yeah, he just
So
stick to his.
I would consider him plant-based
Yeah.
at that point. But
How old is Tom? This guy, man. How old is he?
43.
He's 43 years old. He's the same age as me.
Yeah.
This guy's 43 years
Hey,
old.
4 and 3 is 7. 7 is God. Yeah. August 3rd, right? He's a Leo. So I gotta give my Leo brethren.
It's okay.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
birthday's then my
always
birthday. Okay, Tommy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always root
He
up
seemed
against
like
him.
he
Shout
seemed
out
like
to
he
Lady
cool,
too.
dude. You know what I mean? But you know,
Lady, if you're looking, shout out to Lady.
somebody said the quarterbacks
I wanna-
ain't got to run too much.
Nah,
Trouble,
especially
man.
him. He can't run. That's what he's
He
trying
can't
to tell
run
you.
like-
No, Tom Brady can't run. He don't have no legs. A little 12-year-old girl can catch him.
So I'm saying,
Try
how is he winning these games?
It's practice. It's when you go into something, right? And this is the jewel of it. Is when you go and you dedicate yourself.
Yo, Leos have the ability to become kings at what they do. Look at how much of a master Priest is as a lyricist.
Yeah, I give you that.
So Tom
I give
Brady
you that.
has figured out how to be a king you know, as
He is.
a football player.
All
And
right.
the age, well, George Clinton. I know, George Clinton from Funkadelic.
He's
he
Leo
made-
too.
Yeah, but he
He's definitely not a Virgo, huh?
Nah, but you got the greatest. You got Michael Jackson. You know
That
what I
is
mean?
true.
KRS-One is a Leo.
Yeah, Cass One.
Notice how
you
they
got
become-
the greatest, Michael Jackson, and you got huh?
Kings of the jungle.
Right.
Kings in their craft, masters of the
Exactly.
craft. Doesn't mean they're all going to be masters of the craft,
Right.
but they have the ability to become legendary.
Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Hey, when you old and you rocking, you don't stop. You don't stop till you get enough. Keep on.
Yeah. I
We're
know.
just noticing tendencies, though. I'm
Well,
not.
don't stop.
I'm not giving that generalization out necessarily, but
Yo,
just noticing patterns. Just
I
pattern
want to ask
recognition.
NGOZI a question. You there, brother?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm right here, man. What's happening?
Then we're gonna go
Okay.
into get some music on.
All right.
Too. All right.
According to Dr. Ivan van Sertima, he says that in his book Blacks in Science, which I've been studying heavily for the last few days, truly astonishing work. Only read it once. It's my second time reading. I'm 43 years old. I should have kept reading that book.
You just studied it just now.
Well, I read it before, but you forget. He's according to him that the ancient Africans built an astronomical observatory 12,000 years ago before the Europeans, and in this observatory, he said that the Russian scientists, forget the Russian scientist's name in his book, they collected carbon crystals that produce microscopic, or not microscopic lens, but lensing or glass lensing. And he says that the ancient Africans had telescopes before the Europeans. What do you think about that? Could this explain the whole thing about the Dogons charting the Sirius star constellation and various things of that nature?
Well, we
You
got
believe in the Dogons?
Huh?
You believe in the Dogons?
Well. The information is what it is. They charted the star. They charted the star constellation Sirius.
the
A,
thing
B,
is-
and C. Let me say this because I don't know priests. And not only that, they was able to see the star Sirius C, or is it B or whatever? Excuse me, not whatever.
C.
C. And they say that this star you cannot see with the naked eye. You need a telescope to see it. Okay? And what's very tantalizing and interesting about this is that NASA, their map of the star system Sirius is the same as the Dogon. Now, my question is, did Africans have telescopes or any kind of way to observe the stars? Because I'm not going to go just with the primary belief that Galileo Galilei was the one who discovered the telescope and where we get modern astronomy from. Because I've been reading this book.
Want somebody to tell you?
I'm asking his opinion about this. You know.
I mean, my opinion is that Homo sapiens are, of course, humans in early times of science or science advancement. Like they dealt with the first ruler, a Shango bone. They dealt with a lot of things at their time that was beneficial for them to deal with life that was surrounded around them at that time. So here's the thing. We know that when we look at stars today, a lot of those stars don't exist no more. Half of the stuff that we see, it takes 7 or 8 minutes for light from the sun to reflect on our eye for us to catch it. The further back in time you look, or the deeper in stars you look, or further back in time you see. So if I take you back in time 5,000 years ago, these people were able to see stars that exist that I can't see today. Because a lot of the stars that you see today don't even exist no more, if you understand how photons or how light work. So here's the thing. If we understand how light works, 6,000 years ago, the Dogon can see certain stars that our telescopes can't see today. Because the Earth was much more closer at that time to that time and space than what we have today. So a lot of the stuff that you see today died out 300 years ago. If you go back 6,000 years, they're going to see things that we can't see no longer today. The stars was much more closer back then, 6,000 years ago and 5,000 years ago, especially at nighttime in Africa. I'm sure it was beautiful in Africa 6,000 years ago. It looked cosmic. You know, I can go to certain parts of America and certain parts of Arizona, and I've been there, and at nighttime, if you look at the sky, it looks amazing. So if you think about going back in time 6,000 years ago, half of the stars that we see don't even exist no more today compared to what they seen 6,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, or 80,000 years ago. So the reason why the Dogon was able to talk about this star, Sirius B, that people talk about, or other people in Africa, is because they were closer at that time and they can see it at that time. Even the Egyptians talked about Sia, which was a form of Aset or Aishit, which is the word that we use in Meterneta. Sia, or in Coptic, Sia means, Sia can also means, you find the term Sophia. Sophia in the Coptic text is wisdom, but Sia is also equivalent to what we have as Syria, which is also equivalent to Ashet. But back then, you could see these stars, Orion and Sirius, much more closer then than what we could today. And a lot of the Dogon was basing things off oral tradition, and they knew the angle and time and space that their ancestors told them. So the reason I was able to talk about it is because people seen this certain star glooming thousand years before them, and they was able to still point to the same angle that their ancestors been telling them for thousands of years, even though they couldn't see it themselves directly. They still knew the angle of time and space that their ancestors talked about for the last 6,000 to 5,000 years through oral tradition. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I understand. I agree. But I still think that there's no one that's not going to not say that the Africans at that time wasn't producing glass and steel.
Oh no, they had glass and steel, but
And you can use sand. They use sand to create glass.
Yeah, they had glass and steel. They found that recently in Nigeria and Cameroon. I also just sent brother Killah Priest something about the oldest art gallery and chemistry setting in South Africa, which goes back to Bloomberg's cave 100,000 years ago. I just sent it to him. This is from National Geographic. So what I'm saying is, yes, they had science and technology dealing with glass, and I'm sure they had certain things that were similar to telescopes that we have today. But as time goes on, things become more advanced. It becomes more complex. Not saying that they weren't advanced at their time.
That's right.
But the human species, we keep going. Just like how we do things today, my daughter can do things with the internet that I can't even do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Each generation becomes... Your next generation does things easier. You get what I'm saying? Your next generation do things easier. The stuff that you struggle with, your son and daughter can do it easy. You be like, damn, how the hell you do it out of nowhere? And then your great grandkids is going to be super easy. So what I'm saying is that we got to give the future that comes ahead of us its credit. You get what I'm saying? Not saying that our ancestors didn't have certain technology that was beneficial at that time, but as time go on, we can see the achievements and the advancements of what humans have done.
That's what we're here for, to grow.
That's true.
That's what we're here for, to grow.
Well, so, I don't want to give all of those Eurocentrics all of the credit.
Yeah, we can't give them credit.
We can't do that.
You know what, Brother Rasul? And I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But when we get out of, when I agree with you, Rasul, I just want to say this: when we get out of the spectrum of the Eurocentric racism, which makes us focus on color, not you. I'm talking about for the people. Science belongs to everybody, because everybody got a hand in it.
That's right.
Europeans, Africans, Chinese, Japanese, we all got it. Science don't just belong to one people, even though you have one group of people that focus on certain things more because they have access to more money and more material to create scientific museums, and they have the astronomy belters and factors in certain parts of Europe more than they do in Africa. But at the end of the day, science belongs to everybody. It's a human thing.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we don't got a Eurocentric view. We got Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That's right.
We have a lot of blacks that's involved with. So we got Rick Kittles, which is a geneticist. We have a lot of blacks that's responsible and that's responsible for a lot of the recent things that has been discovered in science. And also those African ancestors that did a lot of the stuff that you were just building on, Rasul, is the ancestors of everybody. Because everybody comes from Africa, including the light-skinned white man. That's right. He comes from Africa too. Believe it or not, we all Africans.
Talk that talk. Make some noise, yo. Talk that talk. There's a question. He said, this is from Alan Caswell. It's not a question. He's just saying he lived in Arizona. He lives in Arizona. If you go deep into the desert at night, it's unreal. It's like a massive TV screen. That's true. It's like if you took a paintbrush, if you dipped the paintbrush in paint, and you just splash it on to the sky like it's a canvas, that's how it looks. If you took white paint and just threw it up on there, that's how the stars look. It looked like almost like they're sitting down. When I saw the aurora borealis, it looked like cars were on the other side of the car, on the other side of the sky, my back. And it's like when you turn on your headlights, It's like there's a bunch of cars going to a drive-in movie on the other side of the universe, though. You know, and then
right.
showing it through. That's how it looked like it was just moving. They're like traffic.
Indeed.
So it's a beautiful thing, man. What time is it? We on the new moon? It's a new moon right now. So in the new moon, I wanted to play something brand new, and then we're gonna leak it out anyway. Yeah, exactly. So y'all hit that super chat. Let us know. Come on, yo. We I don't want to sound like a preacher, but we this is a job. We ain't out doing those shows right now. So every little bit helps. Thank you so much. Hey. That's the you hear that, NGOZI?
No, he can't hear that.
Oh,
I'm listening to it now.
Okay. All right. So just being in tune, right? Yeah, they want me. This make me want to play BC again. I got a song called BC because what we talking about, all of this great knowledge that's coming out right now. Remember get out of here. Oh man. Oh, shalom to Shaya Allah up in the building. What's up with that, brother? I ain't seen him in so long. Yo, what's up, Ak? Oh man. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Tuning right in. Y'all know that brother, one of the very knowledgeable, very knowledgeable, rolled with us from way back. He was like, he definitely, not like, but he was RZA right-hand man, my right-hand man, and we brothers for life. How you been, bro? Oh, man, we got a special treat in the building right now. I wish he could call up and come in, too. But he was on Montel Williams show. And if y'all check it out, Shy Ali was real dope on that. Used to roll with us, and he still do. But I know he been elevating. Razor told me he speak to him a lot. But let's play this brand new song. Ghost Hammurabi with the image. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's that time, right?
I'll just rock the video.
We're gonna you like the video?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Hit that subscribe. Here we go.
Okay, hold up. I gotta set this up.
Yeah, let AD set it up.
1 second. Yeah, you guys gonna like this.
Okay, I got you. Shayala at Gmail.
Okay, hold up. Let me see.
Oh, my phone is on right now. Truth over facts. Listen to
At the edge of a universe humming a tune with sparkling crystal souls aglow. A part of thee in the key of what we know to be every part without me knows only two can make it light. You'll live forever tonight.
Master of the ceremony, cerebellum cherub era, Egyptian wing scarab, the king of terror, the god seen in my mirror. I sit between the Tigris and the Euphrates River. It's the timing and the writing that made me a killer. The name priest came from the technique, from using scripture over fresh beats that you could picture like the Aquarius, boiling 120 Celsius to pour all over the areas. While walking, my feet transform into chariots, and pumas leaped off, pulling me into the fullest MC. Fast as a bullet, the last of Brooklyn. The bulletin reads, the best to the last. How you gonna school the upper class? As soon as my pen touched the pad, y'all rappers gonna suffer bad. Out of touch cause y'all want the bag. Just look me up, it's King Tut in the mask, holding a golden asp. I rose whatever ass to reclaim our identity and stolen past, from frozen to molten to gas.
Alone at the edge of a universe humming a tune. For merely dreaming we were snow. A siren sounds like the goddess who promises endless apologies of paradise. And only she can make it right. So things are different too.
Water reflects everything, and we're made up of water, so I'm mirroring our universe, putting everything into this verse. Commanded every king come out the dirt, commanded every queen come out the church. Let freedom ring, 532 megahertz, vibrating up to 33 vertebrates to see the celestial bodies to escape.
We'll go together in flight.
In panoramic, I scan the planet. Blue Louise, red granite, a true MC, mathematics. I said the classics, spread the masses, proved to be great on plastic. It used to be engraved in tablets. Unity made my fabric. Ghost Hammurabi, toast to garlic, quotes from coffee, smoking parsley, dope to coffee. Mosasaki, seen Punjabi, Queen Pawabi, dreams of star seeds. Third planet like Queen Wasabi. Roam the Vatican with pink Versace. Front of the Caesars where they killed the Marnie. Dagon, Sargon, King David, Lord's son. Ghost. I think that's what's next. Make some noise. Yo, so that one. Thank y'all so much, yo. Thank you from the chat room. So, Flores, stay Flores, no doubt. Word. So that's that joint right there. AD, you mixed and master that one. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds nice. Oh man, so much love, yo. So that's what's to come. That's just a little bit, you know, man. We've been working, and just letting you know, that song right there is something that I wanted to do for a minute. I was sitting on it, but I had to get it just right. Now I think it's the time. We're gonna leak it out tomorrow. Thank you, Lordy. Exactly.
Lordy.
Midnight, right?
Yeah, midnight on New. So y'all get to hear it back and forth. I can rewind it, do whatever you want to do with it. Oh man, thank you so much.
Can I say one thing too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Killah Priest channel, please. We want to get to 30,000 followers. Are we almost there, AD? All right. So just make sure you like and subscribe, please, to my big bro's channel. All right.
Shout out, I came through, man. Shout out to Word. Oh man. Yeah. Eminem is dope, but my mind and mature, you dig? Oh, y'all going through it with it. All right. Yeah, so that's a song that I felt that it needed to come out. I mean, it's for this time. So that'll be my first song for 2020-21. Thank y'all. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. We got the Rockets blasting off. And yeah, that's what it is, bro. There's nothing more I can say about it. It's tell me how I feel. Oh, thank you, brother. Brother said beautiful. Thank you, Cosmos. Oh, that's inspiring me, man, to keep going. Priest on the waltz beat. Yeah, I've been doing different type of stuff. You know, I think it's very important for artists to always to advance.
Yeah.
You know, never stay in one box.
Mm-hmm.
That's what artistry is. It's always moving along. How did you with a pen? Oh, thanks. We did a couple of joints that was like 1930s style. I don't do that yet.
Yeah, I like that. I like what you're doing with that.
Whole thing.
You know what I mean?
When are you releasing the new David Flores joint?
Oh yeah, y'all guys got to
Let's
see
talk
that.
about that. Yeah,
Oh man,
let's
y'all got
talk
to see
about
that.
That's a part of this album. That's a part of
I
this.
had I had a chance to check it out just now.
That's big.
And
You want to put it on Patreon?
yo, is Dave Flores in the chat? I just wanted to see if he's in there. Hey, well, wherever you are, good brother, man, give him a round of applause. And y'all ain't even see it, but he just needs a round of applause. You know what I mean? Just simply because of that.
What the?
When?
Oh yeah. Oh, you talking about the song?
Yeah, Pagan. Yeah. So there's a phenomenal video. You know, I think it's gonna blow you guys away. Yeah, I don't even want to say, oh, it's like this or it's like that. I just want to, we could do like a review. Like, what do you call that? Like a, you know what I mean? A reaction. We'll react to it. We'll react to it when
It is the kind of video that you would film someone reacting to, though.
Yeah. It's definitely that. It definitely has that.
You know,
It
I could
has
see a
that
few
feel.
YouTubers creating videos that are like, my reaction to.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I should have did some shit like this, man. I should have did this, man. But you know,
doubt,
it is what it is. You know what I mean? Now some of you did it, so it's better. Fuck it. You know, excuse my language. You know,
That's all
Dave
right, brother.
Flores, though, man. I don't know what you doing over there, man. I don't know what y'all got going on over there, but whatever y'all doing, y'all keep doing it.
He's a master. He's a master at his craft, yo.
Yeah, he definitely is.
And in that video, let me say this about Dave Flores, because in that video he saw things that I didn't even see. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't even think of, like that part with the pharaoh on the window. That's crazy. I don't want to give it away, but
When?
when is it coming? Oh, that's the song we just played is from that same album. So that video is going to come soon. I'm gonna say that. I'm not going to put a date on it,
Okay.
but it's going to come soon when I know we gotta. That's ready. It's ready to go, right? But we're gonna come soon with that. I'm still getting everything in line before we hit them in the head with that one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be that far, too, because I'm 99% done with this little secret. It's not even a secret album now, because I guess I leaked a little bit of it.
But wait a minute, what was the one you were supposed to do?
With True Master, that's coming.
No, not that one.
Shroom?
No, not Shroom. There's another one you showed. Remember that it was a sequel to the
Rocket?
Yeah.
To Nebula? You talking about T? You giving?
What's the one you did? I'm reading. I'm sorry, I should have been reading that. Yeah, Rocket to Nebula, and then I know you showed me another cover that you did.
Oh, that's this. That's this one.
That's this one. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
This one. I don't want
You
to
just
leak too
changed
much.
the cover. You just changed it around a little. Okay, because you showed me another cover. They don't know about this, but
Yeah.
it
I'm
was
trying to
another-
think which one. Oh, you talking about the one? It's two covers I showed you.
yeah. Remember the Rocket to Nebula cover?
Yeah.
But it's a cover nobody never seen.
Right.
And I remember you showing me that, and I thought that was going to be the next. I thought that was going to be the next one.
That's his.
I thought that was going to be the
Sequel. Yeah,
sequel to the
yeah.
Rockets and Nebula.
Yeah. No. Yeah. What's the name? Said no hurry. Yeah. I'm glad they hype. Yeah, man. Oh, y'all lit it. Y'all lit it up. I'm glad y'all hype, man. That video is, man, it's magic, man. It's magic. I'm really, we're going to push all our energy into really getting this. I know AD said, no, it ain't all about TV, but I wanted to get this on TV, like a network, because I believe that when they see this video and hear the song, you know, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Very, very happy off the first thing. And I told.
You know why I'm happy? I'm glad you did it.
Thank you,
Because the only person only type of cast that probably could have did something like that is Lost Children of Babylon style, Rasul style. Like, you got cats out there. Maybe Cannabis could have did it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely could have did
Yeah,
something like this.
but I'm glad you did it. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to see, I ain't gonna name names, come out with something like this. Because the reason why is when people see this, the lyrics fit what we're looking at. So when you listen to the lyrics, as you listen to the song, the visuals is going to really like bring it all together. Dave Flores did a very, very good job on that. Big up to Dave Flores, man. You know what I mean, for his artistry on that, man. Y'all gonna love it.
Yeah, no doubt. But the song right now.
Oh yeah, I know we going into a whole nother
exactly.
genre.
The song right now is called Ghost Hammurabi.
Ghost of Hammurabi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not of, but just Ghost Hammurabi. We just straighten that little thing. But that song would have a 30 vibe, you know what I'm saying? In 19, well, it was something different.
Style. So
on this one, I explored a little bit different, but I'm not gonna talk too much on this album, but it's 99.9% done. Yeah. Then I still build with True Mass, so that's, he said after the retro, that's coming. So they're gonna get a lot of priests this year.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a lot of music, and we got other things we doing. We got the t-shirts. T-shirts are rocking right now. Go grab your Technicolor. We're gonna release this video right after this, right online. Make sure you hit that super chat. Somebody got a question? If you have questions for me, AD, Sul,
yeah,
I can hit the super chat, and we can go in. Yo, I'm cool. Man, I was shocked that I saw Shayala up here, man. That's so dope, yo.
Yeah, Shayala. I remember Shayala.
Somebody said, I appreciate that. With time, what's the name of the new album? I was about to say it. Oh, man, it's a drum roll.
What's that? Oh, oh.
Yeah. It's called Lord's Son.
Lord's Son.
Yeah. The Secret Killah Priest album, Lord's Son. You heard it from me.
I like that.
Lord's Son. Yeah.
There you have it. Lord's Son.
Yeah.
It's right there. He told you what it was. Now you got the title.
Yeah, we're going to get power on there. Yeah, it's like, take that, push that into a thing. So, yeah, so that secret album is called Lord's Son. All right. So, we've been rocking for a minute. I want to hear some of those dark joints.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's dark. It's dark. It's dark. You still got that joint at the Draka Kundalini joint with the video. I sent you that image. That image, that newborn image. I sent it to you.
In the past 24 hours?
You saved it. You said, yo, just tell me when you want to do something with that. I mean, it's dark.
So what's that?
Yeah, it's in it. Yep. Shout out to Dark Image. Probably can't. No, that's not it. It's this one. I'm going to tell you the date. You said, I got it. If you put a Dracula Kundalini, that's something I could play. It's dark, kind of dark.
Dracula Kundalini, that's what this is called?
Yeah. That's going to be on the next set. You said, okay, I saved it. I got it. Just tell me when you want to. There you go. Boom. Right there. Yeah. Cranberry Vampire. You see that?
Cranberry Vampire.
Just hit it with that. I don't know if this probably could be a whole new set, but I'm feeling good tonight, so we're just gonna play some exclusive. Cranberry cranberry vampire, raspberry soda and porno magazines, leg show expo. She's in a pink Ferrari, call her Tiamat the Dragon Queen. Her ears with bat wings, she licks on a lemon ice cream. She lives in a dollhouse that turns black when the fog's out. Her grandmother's shadow follow her into the castle. She wears open-toe glitter sandals near the statue of Tammuz. Bandana tied on her head as she whispers over candles. I'm holding a small chain watch while drinking beet juice. Then I sit down, legs crossed, I want a divorce. Then she comes out the shadow wearing a sexy apparel that's see-through, holding a beach fruit. Then my chair turned to glue. The floors turned to goo. The room turned purple and blue. She said, I hope this works for you. Mundunguna, Nutimut. Her behind was like a juicy fruit. Then her tears came down like wine into bamboo shoots. She stirred up my mind. My third eye lit up in technicolor. My ex-lover, she likes sex and latex and rubbers. She said she liked the way that they stretch as she lay naked on covers. She said, pretend you're a mugger. And I'm a helpless lady. Please, someone save me. The thought made me go crazy. She popped out an onyx yoni egg. She said, hold me closely is the only way. Unholy, I held both her legs. Wooden spoon and a cherry sundae. Whipped cream, whipped screams, plums and berries entree. Then she took off in a car with a mummy wrapped in strawberry taffy. All her monster friends were made out of candy. They bite your neck, increase your blood sugar. I grabbed the pillow, fell to the floor, think I'm dying. Low iron, I'm haunted by a glucose ghost. Turning the table salt, I'm a corpse.
To a night,
Yo,
right?
Man, that shit crazy. Man. What the hell you be thinking? What was you thinking about when you wrote that? Like, you coming up with all this crazy ass stuff, man.
Man, that's kind of crazy.
That her behind
exclusive
was like a juicy fruit.
hot new mix.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit is crazy.
Oh, Charles said that's his type of stuff. Yeah, I got stuff like that, yo.
That shit was off the chain.
Oh,
man.
thanks, man. Yo, shout out to Newborn. He did the image on that one.
Who did
that
that
one?
beat? You did that beat too?
Yeah, I did that one.
Man, that's-
Fourth Disciple mixed that for me.
He mixed it? Okay.
Yeah, he mixed that one for me. AD mastered that one. That one's not on this. I know I should
I
have.
was just looking about the lyrics, yo. I was like,
Oh,
man,
thank you, brother. Thank you.
you.
So I felt good. Yeah, really, the name of that song's supposed to be a corpse. That's what I said. At
It's
the
called
end.
Corpse. Oh, Corpse.
The Dracula Kundalini, we did a little bit. So I got another song called Corpse. So it's two. So it was a little mistake. It was Dracula, Vampire Kundalini, but it's really called a corpse. Glucose Ghost. Y'all up on it? Y'all caught those little subliminals in there? Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So that was mixed by what's the name? All right, yeah. Fourth Disciple mixed that one. AD master it, and y'all get to hear it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we got NGOZI back on the line. I'm about to close out though, King.
Oh, that's wonderful, man. That's peace and love, man. I thank you for allowing me to come on. Peace to my brother AD, my brother Rasul.
Yeah.
Man, it was a good bill, man. Peace and love to the family, yo.
Let me ask you a question, NGOZI.
What's happening?
What do you think of Wajau's book of the Metu Neter? How could he have learned all of that in the span of time, coming from the Wapia Nation, and then jumping out of there, right? Because I know him kind of. I remember him back in the day, but I didn't know him like that. How I don't understand how he can jump from out of this organization and then jump into that studying under Raketi Amun. I know who she is, Dr. Raketi Amun. I'm very familiar who she is. How can he jump out of that and then come into the Kemetic world and try to make himself into someone who's saying, no, I'm going to translate this, and I'm like, it's like a pre-authorial, say, no, you're wrong and I'm right, when you studied under Dr. York?
I think that Dr. York, because he created you guys had a Nawapu language.
Yeah, we have the Nawapu, yes.
Yeah, and I think that Dr. York gave him a head start, because Dr. York, his teaching is advanced for people that, like, if people like Dr. York prepare people to annihilate religion, because he put people through all religions. He put people through a Hebrew phase, a Muslim phase, all that. And then after that, you became independent to Kemet. So I think that his beginning start before exiting out was using Dr. York methodology of dealing with language.
I understand. He's never talked to none of you brothers and said that. to you honestly, personally, out of his mouth? Yeah, I still use the methodology of Doc.
He told us. Yeah, he actually. Bujawu gave credit to Dr. York in the past. He talked about how he helped produce a lot of the literature and the books and different things. Mm-hmm. So he never denounced that he was a Nuwabian. He just branched out. But no, he never.
He grew.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just putting it in a nutshell. He grew up out of that.
Yeah, even my big brother, Unc Kaket.
Yeah, he was a Nuwabian too. Yeah, I remember him. He was on the land back in the day. I remember him on the land. I remember him in Wad. He was a Nuwabian. Yeah.
Unc was a Nuwabian.
That's right.
Most of them cats that you see in this community was a Nuwabian.
Yeah.
They was Nuwabians, and so because Nuwabians, that's the last phase of the Black conscious community. You leave like Hebrew and all the other faith. Dr. York even had a Sufi order that was connected to Sudan, the Asaru Society. Like they had
the Kelwatiyas and people from go ahead.
My big brother Sean or Morpheus, he was part of the Asaru, the Sufi set that was connected to the brothers in Sudan. So most of the brothers you see over there come from that Nuwabian school of thought.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I never went through Nuwabian school of thought. The only thing I went through.
You're lucky.
I went through Moorish science of 5%. I went through Moorish science at 5%.
Huh?
And I went through Moorish science 5% of Orthodox Islam. That's what I went through.
Fire. No, it was a great launching pad for brothers to grow on. I think that what York did was he did what all great, leaders at the time do, is educate and push our people to believe in themselves more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The same as Louis Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad and all of them. And when you pushing people to be a better part of themselves, I don't knock anyone who's doing that, and especially for a community that's been beaten down so much, and for people who've been taught that they were nothing for so long. When you give them any type of fresh air or water, I don't care if the water's dirty, it's something to quench the thirst for a minute. Yeah. So I big that up.
Absolutely.
You still speak to Wajahu?
You said what, Kay?
You still speak to Wajahu?
We can do this after the show. I mean, you can talk to him after the show. No. This brother going in, he under the influence. I know, I understand, but I'm trying to get up out of here. The brother told you he was from the Moorish King. The Moorish Kings.
I'm always be a Moor though, forever. I mean, that's just part of my genetics. I mean, I'm always be a Moor forever though.
That's fine. That's fine.
Why you saying like that? You think I'm gonna attack the brother?
Yeah. Because he know his stuff too. But that's good.
He knows that the word Moor comes from Moranos. He knows that.
Yeah, not just to mention,
You just did some Jedi mind trick. You tried to push that on him. You don't know that, brother. We ain't gonna get into that.
Man, ain't nobody trying to push that on.
Leave the Moors alone, brother. The Moors is good. The Moors is a part of the
This is what I'm talking about, NGOZI. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, yo. Yeah, I'm a Muslim,
Leave the Moors alone.
I'm a Muslim,
I know. Okay.
I have a right to say this stuff.
We can't get
loud. Sorry.
Yo, look, we about to get.
NGOZI know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah, you just try to Jedi mind trick him.
I didn't try to Jedi. Yeah. He probably looking at me like he's a fellow. Rasul's a Muslim, so I'm gonna let him have that. It ain't really like he understands what I'm saying.
We gotta stop these Indo tribal wars. The Moors are good. All right, man.
So, brother Rasul, Moor too.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not.
What? Hold up. Let's pause and do a drum roll on this. This brother just went in on the Moors, and you come to find out you was a closet Moor this whole time.
No. See, now.
You coming out the closet with your feds on?
That's the thing. I can wear the feds.
Put up an old picture.
See, hold on. That's pictures online. They got pictures on my. I don't even think you follow me on Instagram. I got pictures with me wearing the Tartar Bush.
Priest,
everybody knows that.
Okay.
Priest, before you go, I just want to say the Moors is a very powerful demonstration once you know it. Not just from Noble Drew Ali perspective, but from a historical perspective.
Yeah.
Like the Moorish demonstration is beautiful, bro. So I'm gonna always be a Moor, yo. I'm always be a Moor.
Yo, I feel you, NGOZI, but this cat right next to me, oh my goodness. The ghost
but I do
was good.
I do embrace Noble Drew Ali though. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, even though he didn't know a lot the way we know it today, he still was a foundation for us.
I told brother,
here.
stop jumping on that. Stop jumping on that man.
Listen,
You wasn't
I
there with
jumping on him. I was just keeping it real. I'm telling you the truth. This is public information, brother. People can look this up. This is not like I'm.
You gonna wake up one of those Moors. You know the Moors are militant brothers too. Very intelligent. Very intelligent. 6 years
gotta know
old.
some Arabic.
Brother like this, knowing the whole Quran back and forth.
I never met no. I don't know. I ain't never know. Maybe NGOZI. But I never met a Moor. Listen, I never met a Moor.
We gotta keep it low.
I never met a Moor from the Moor Science Temple that could recite the Kalima or the Fatah.
In fact, coming, bro. You just because you put that.
It's one, bro. He a good brother. He's from Philadelphia.
He's one.
He's from Philadelphia.
If you subscribe to that, then you don't need to. You say that Noble Drew Ali is a good guy. He did what he's supposed to do. But when you start to come around and you start talking to people who believe in the Quran and Hadith or whatever, the Tariq, they're gonna tell you about that shake. You go in there.
They're gonna call it shit. But you know what? It's
but out of my hands.
You know what though? Yes, from an Arabic perspective or Arab from the Middle East, they will call it shek. But here's the thing: Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali didn't come for them. They came for us because when we went through, we were stripped from our identity, and they gave us a sense of it wasn't an Arab. Even Deuce Muhammad Ali that came here.
Remember, I told you, Deuce Muhammad Ali. I told you. Remember, I told you about him. He's the real prophet. He's the real prophet. Really.
Yeah, he was a real prophet.
He's the real prophet.
And here's the thing. But when the way I look at it, I look for who came for us in our struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think the Messiah gonna come from the East. The Messiah's gonna come from here in North America, the way the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it.
Listen,
and the Messiah comes through you.
This brother folding right now. Rasul is loving you. Listen, I never saw Rasul fold like this. He agree on everything you say.
No. I'm only agreeing to that because I'm a Muslim. When you deal with I was born and raised a Muslim. I have an Arab name.
You keep telling us that.
Okay, so I have the authority to speak on. Sorry about that. To speak on the history.
Mm-hmm.
When someone comes up and they don't know the history,
right?
Then that's when I have a problem.
That's right.
Right.
You can't tell me that this is a fez when it's not a fez. You can't tell me how to wear a tartar book. You don't know anything. You don't even know how to write it in Arabic. You don't know the fatah. You don't know anything about that.
And what did our prophet teach us? Our prophet said, "He who speaks Arabic is not about a race.
No.
It's not a racial thing.
No,
Arabic,
it's not. Really, it's not
a racial thing at all. The original Arab figures are also black as well.
Yeah. Star seeds are coming, boy. They spread out there. They hearing everything Rasul saying. They studying every night. They gonna come up here.
We can talk about Anunnakis.
6, 7 years old, ready to read up. What you say they have to know? They have to know.
We could talk about the Fatah.
No. What you say they have to?
They gotta know. They gotta know the 5 pillars. They gotta know the Fatah.
Somewhere.
They gotta know the Caliph. This is all things Muslims know, though. This is very, very common. People know these things.
Oh,
this is not anything sacred at all.
Got you.
That's right.
But
the Anunnaki stuff, bro. You get the book about Mesopotamia about the Anunnakis from Wallace Budge, who was an Egyptologist. That Anunnaki shit gets deep, bro. I like the way the Sumerians was they was dope. Like when you studied it, Mesopotamia and the Near East. Them boys is dope.
I like it too, yo. I like it because it's something. I like it too. I like going into the Sumerians and the Anunnaki stuff. I like that stuff too.
I knew is the same as Ayin stuff in the Kabbalah, and it's also the same thing as Allah because when we deal with, I know you gotta go, but we can get into that later. But Allah was a god of war and victory with the old Akkadians over there in Babylon. People don't know.
You said what? Say that again.
Allah and Alet. There's two different. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm talking about even before Allah, Uzan al-Minat, but I'm talking about the Akkadians, who was a brown skin or black Semitic speaking people of Akkad. The god Allah was the god of war and victory for them. So when you hear this term, God is the greatest. That was an old term she used to hear back then. Even the term Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, you found that in Yemen. So when you start to really get into the Arabic or the Semitic languages, even like Paleo-Hebrew to modern Hebrew is beautiful, bro.
Is a
That shit
Wait a
dope
minute, you
over
saying that was a Mesopotamian? So we gonna go. We gotta get off the air on this one.
Oh, yeah,
So that was
yeah.
so Allah was a Mesopotamian.
Yeah, Allah. You can look. Allah was the God of war and victory to the Akkadians. That name is old. Allah. It wasn't spelled Alif El-El-Ha or Alif Lam-Lam-Ha that we have today. It was spelled A-L-A, Allah, which was the God of war and victory. So Allah is actually old.
All right.
So Allah, and then, it's powerful.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We're gonna talk more when we get off this. Man, brother, let me close this show, man. Because I know how your mind work. You got rap. You on rapid fire, man. Soon ain't gonna let you stop. He gonna keep on. Playing tennis on here.
Hey, that's my boy.
Yeah,
we gonna get it in though.
Exactly.
Peace and love to y'all, man.
Peace and love.
You,
Peace and love. Peace, brother.
Peace.
All right, yo. I want to thank everybody who came through the show tonight. It was very. I learned a lot tonight.
Oh yeah.
You remember the subject? I mean, it's still retrograde, so I forgot everything that we played. Play some new songs. You know what I'm saying?
Play some. Oh yeah, you play some new song. I think what was it called again?
We talked about the new song is called Ghost Hammurabi.
Ghost Hammurabi, yeah.
Yeah, could have said it as a universe,
Yeah.
but we talked about the video, which is incredible. That Dave Flores, yo, thank you for your work. It's magnificent, magnified. That's going to be
awesome.
crazy.
You guys gonna love that.
Y'all get that song. So the name of the song is called Pagan. Name of the album, Lost Son. Yo, AD, you can land a plane, brother. We'll be back Monday, and for a little bit more, I mean, y'all can hit that super chat. Come on through. Thank y'all, and for the Killah Bee Pod, Killah Bees podcast. You can land a plane. There's no need to cry. Dry your eyes. Came up to me, stepped to me, said to me, "Hi." Look Sally in the face, Codector in the eye.
Oh, that's what is that?
That's Slick Rick.
That's Slick Rick. Yeah. See, I knew it. Yeah, you was saying it slow though.
Slam the chat.
You was rapping mad slow. I was like, yo, I know what that is.
We'll be back Monday.
All right, we'll be back on Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Peace.
Talk about the Zodiac Age.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Zodiac.
Alone at the edge of a universe, humming a tune with sparkling crystal souls aglow. A part of thee in the key of what we know to be every part without me knows only two can make it light. You'll live forever tonight.
Master of the ceremony, cerebellum cherub era, Egyptian wing scarab, the king of terror, the god seen in my mirror. I sit between the Tigris and the Euphrates River. It's the timing and the writing that made me a killer. The name priest came from the technique, from using scripture over fresh beats that you could picture like the Aquarius, boiling 120 Celsius to pour all over the areas. While walking, my feet transform into chariots. The pumas leaped off, pulling me into the fullest MC. Fast as a bullet, the last of Brooklyn. The bulletin reads, the best to the last. How you gonna school the upper class? Soon as my pen touched the pad, y'all rappers gonna suffer bad. Out of touch cause y'all want the bag. Just look me up, it's King Tut in the mask, holding a golden ass. I rose whenever asked to reclaim our identity and stolen past, from frozen to molten to gas.
Alone at the edge of a universe, humming a tune, or merely dreaming we were snow. A siren sounds like like the goddess who promises endless apologies of paradise. And only she can make it right. So things are different too.
Water reflects everything, and we're made up of water, so I'm mirroring our universe, putting everything into this verse. Commanded every king come out the dirt, commanded every queen come out the church. Let freedom ring, 532 megahertz, vibrating up to 33 vertebrates to see the celestial bodies to escape.
We'll go together in flight.
In panoramic, I scan the planet. Blue Louise, red granite, a true MC, mathematics. I said the classics, spread the masses, proved to be great on plastic. It used to be engraved in tablets. Unity made my fabric. Goes Hammurabi, toasted garlic, quotes from coffee, smoking parsley, throats with coffee. Mosasaki, seen Punjabi, Queen Pawabi, dreams of star seeds. Third planet like Queen Wasabi. Roam the Vatican with pink Versace. Front of the seasons where they killed the Mani. Dagon, Sargon, King David, Lord's son. Ghost Hammurabi.